Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff right there. I love broadcasting, Cubby.
I can tell. I see it on your face every morning when you come in.
By God, I do. And this is the perfect time of day to do it. It is flipping 5:40. Right square on the nuts. We welcome you to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. That's the feeling I was going for. A big crowd coming in today. Big crowd. The tag team of Janel Klein and Willi Myles will come rumbling into the building around 7:30. I'm not sure what it is that those two want from us, but we'll find out. I'll make sure of that. Willi Myles and
Glenn Perkins.
Oh,
he'll be joining us today during Shaver Sports. I reminded you
2 months straight. 2 months straight, I've forgotten all about Glenn Perkins.
We should put a big picture of Glenn Perkins.
I wouldn't mind that.
Who, by the way, doesn't sound like his voice at all. Have you ever noticed that? Like, if you're just listening to his voice, he's not, and then you see a picture, doesn't match up.
Well, I've always thought he has a very youthful sound to his voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And his voice, he sounds like he's not as large of a man as he is.
He's a bigger dude. He sounds like a fresh-faced teenager.
Yes, he does.
Especially when he giggles. He's got like a very youthful laugh to him. When he gets excited about something, he kind of giggles really high-pitched like a kid does.
Yeah, he does. That's it. Okay, today we're going to print off a picture of Glenn Perkins. We're going to tape it somewhere in my workspace, and then someone just write Tuesday on it. I love Glenn. I love chatting about Twins baseball with Glenn. I just forget the sumbitch every time.
A liquor store in the neighborhood has a Glenn Perkins bobblehead at the cash register. Maybe I could offer him a 10 spot for it and see if I can bring it in the studio.
Is that true? Do they really?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Does he have his own brand of alcohol or?
Oh. No, it was just one from a giveaway. You know, they used to, I think they still do, obviously, give away the bobbleheads of players at the stadium. It's just one of those. I don't know. I've never really asked the rhyme or reason behind it, but it's right up there on the cash register.
I'm going to guess that Glenn is not a drinker. That's just a guess. Maybe we can ask him today. He's got a bobblehead at a liquor store. Mm-hmm. We'll ask him, what's your poison, Glenn Perkins? I'm going to guess he's not a drinker. I could be wrong. I bet you even Cubby could beat Glenn Perkins in a chug-a-lug.
Is he a religious fella, or what makes you say that?
Nothing makes me say it other than just a blind guess by, I guess, the man's appearance. Just by his... We've never talked to him about drinking.
I've been to his place before, and he has a full bar in this little, man cave, separate side house that he has that... Full kegerator, full bar of whiskey.
Oh, well, then I'm probably wrong. Josh, I appreciate your effort.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man.
I appreciate your effort, but no. You've just printed me Did you hear the printer go off, Dana?
I did hear that, yeah.
Josh just printed me off a picture of Eric Perkins. No.
The former Channel 11 guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
Do you see this? I need a picture of Glenn Perkins.
I thought that was Glenn Perkins.
No, this is Eric Perkins, the guy that used to work television.
All right, I made
Weird dude. We've had some run-ins with this guy before. Weird dude. All right.
Is that better?
No, this is the logo for the Perkins restaurant here.
Son of a bitch!
Before the end of the day, print me off a picture of former Twin, current play-by-play announcer Glenn Perkins. I can tape it up in my workspace, and I will not forget his Tuesday appearances here for the rest of the summer. Because we've still got a good month or so of rapping with... You printed me off Eric Perkins and the logo from Perkins Restaurant and Bakery.
Yeah, I screwed this up pretty big.
Well, I mean, you got a lot to do over there. And sometimes I put tasks on you, and I don't mean to throw you. So, All right, so there's going to be a bigger crowd than I even anticipated because for whatever reason I always forget about Glenn. What the hell else is going on around here? You know something, Josh? Ever since I was a kid, my mama has encouraged me to sit down and read the dictionary so I could learn new words.
Did you ever get one for a present, like a Christmas or a birthday?
Far too often.
Did you? Yeah, I used to get that. I kind of liked it.
Oh, come on.
You wouldn't look. The first things you looked up are like boobs and stuff like that, right? To see if that's in there.
I never made the effort. I'm sorry to say I never made the effort. Sure, I would imagine back in school, grade school, when they'd push a dictionary in front of us and make us perform some type of task, I probably looked up boobs, boner, all the hit singles.
You kind of have to.
Yeah. So did your folks do that for you?
I had an aunt that did. And so she would go between like the dictionary and then thesauruses and then kind of like the Encyclopedia Britannica, but the cheap version of that.
See, I would get pissed every time. And this continued into my adulthood, especially with what we do here for a living. I don't know how many times, Toms isn't the word, I don't know how many times my mother gifted me an encyclopedia, a dictionary, some kind of book that said, 101 words that people don't use often. She was always pushing this on me. Again, I'm sorry to say that I never made the effort. And I guess her idea was that if I learned some new words and then used them in conversation, it would show people how smart I am. Josh, skibbity has now officially made its way into a dictionary, or the dictionary.
That is a word that I used to hear quite often at the house between my son and his friends. Skibbity. Skibbity this, skibbity Ohio, skibbity Riz, different skibbities. Skibbity toilet, certainly.
And the reason I'm bringing it up to you is because you are the one who first dumped it on us. I was totally unaware of this skippity movement. It's made its way. Okay, I heard the printer go off again.
Yeah, I think I got it this time. Sorry, we're trying to print that is a picture of Glenn Perkins.
No. Glenn Perkins. He used to play for the Twins, dude. He was a left-handed.
I know exactly who he is.
You have, this time around, you've printed me off a picture of Anthony Perkins.
The star of Psycho?
The star of Psycho from the early 60s, mid-60s.
All right. Dana, I quit. You're going to have to figure this out.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Anthony Perkins is who you printed me off. We're trying to find a picture of Glenn Perkins to remind me of his weekly...
Do you think the engineers are going to get pissed at me for how much ink I'm wasting this morning?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll deal with that later. Boy, I haven't seen a picture of Anthony Perkins in a long time.
That's a pretty good one, isn't it?
Did he die young?
Well, I don't think, did he? Let's see.
I'm looking at him. I thought he died young, Anthony Perkins. I haven't seen the movie.
No.
No, he made it quite a ways?
He's an American former professional baseball pitcher, television analyst.
Now, see, now you're looking up Glenn Perkins. Jesus, this has become a thing. Now you're reading stats on Glenn.
I'm bad at the internet.
Okay. You see the stats in front of you on Glenn Perkins?
Yeah.
This is a good start. Now, just find a picture that matches up with those stats.
I already changed.
Okay.
Changed. He was 60.
Oh, so he did die young.
Anthony Perkins.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn.
Shotgun Messiah recommends I print a picture of Glenn Danzig. now we're moving on to Glenn's.
Scott Glenn Danzig. Scott Glenn, the actor. Remember him?
I'd have to look him up.
Oh, dude had a face like a catcher's mitt.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I like this guy.
He was always a good actor.
Yeah.
Urban Cowboy.
Yep. Silence of the Lambs.
The Right Stuff.
Hunt for Red October.
Never saw it.
Backdraft.
Saw it.
You loved it.
Backdraft.
One scene in particular.
Yeah, there's one scene in particular.
That is quite stupid. At the time, I thought that was kind of cool.
Boy, he's a prick in Urban Cowboy.
You can play a good prick.
All right. I'm telling you, we're going to hit the jackpot at one point or another. This printer's going to go off, and it's going to be a proper picture of Glenn Perkins. The Oxford English Dictionary and the Cambridge Dictionary have gone ahead and added some new words. They do this now and again. And I think it was the Cambridge version that added skippity.
Skippity.
And they say they only use words that have staying power.
I can't believe that's going to have staying power.
I can't wait to be 80 and using skibbity toilet in front of people.
Oh. You want to find out what else they added into the mix? Delulu, short for delusional.
Thankfully, I've never heard anybody say that.
I've heard that one.
You have? Oh, you're on the internet or social media quite a bit. Is that a social media thing?
A little bit, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Delulu, for God's sake. I think I've heard Ashley say that out loud, who, again, if you're just coming to or fresh out of prison, Ashley's on maternity leave. She had her baby the other day. I think I've heard Ashley refer to one of us as Delulu.
One I heard recently from one of the young people that I just couldn't handle it. They said, yeah, I've been really stressed out. I feel like I'm on the verge of a mentee bee.
Oh, stop that friggin' nonsense.
You said Sammy the other day for a sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
I can't really forgive you for that.
I'm on the verge of a mentee bee?
That seems like it's not a big deal, doesn't it?
Me.
That seems like it's a very, very minor thing.
That sounds like something...
Like you run out of a spice. And it's not like that big a deal. And you're just like, boy, mentee bee.
I don't know. It's just, it's too much for me. Trad wife is a word that was added to the dictionary. Short for traditional wife.
The only one on this list that I had heard of was skibbity. Were you familiar with any of these other ones?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I did skip a few of them. They're just too boring just to be said out loud. Okay, trad wife, short for traditional wife, a married woman who stays at home doing cooking, cleaning, and has children's that she takes care of. Well, this one I've heard of, in a sense. DYOR was added to the dictionary. You want to go ahead and try and guess that one, Dana? DYOR.
DYOR.
You following what I'm saying? With little periods in between?
Your own...
You got it already. I know you got it.
Oh, do your own research.
Do your own research.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were all doing, our own research, because we can't trust the scientists and the people that are educated to do that type of thing for us.
I like other people to do my research.
Me too.
Facebook especially.
Facebook has great information. I've never heard anyone say out loud, hey, bro, DYOR. I've never heard them say it that way. But plenty of times in the last 5-6 years, on our text machine, you can always get a hold of us, 651-989-9393. Plenty of times some goofball was texted in with some wild conspiracy theory that contradicted something that we said on the air, and then they wrap up their statement with, hey, man, do your own research. No, you do it for me. I'm happy to. The printer is kicked out something for me again. You got it done, dude.
Is that Glenn Perkins?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
This is Glenn Perkins.
I thought I was going to have a mentee bee for a second.
He's wearing a set of headphones. This is a picture of Glenn Perkins broadcasting a Twins game. So now I take my pen, I write Tuesday on it, tape it up here in the building, and I'll never forget again of Glenn's appearances here on the show.
This text says, as far as these new words are going, it doesn't seem like they're new words. They're just abbreviations of regular words. Yeah.
So far, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, trad wife, Delulu.
Yeah, so far.
DYOR.
They're right. These are just abbreviations.
Breves.
Dude, don't say Breves.
Oh.
I can't believe it. He said Breves. All right, how about nano ship? You ever taken a ride on one of those?
Mm-mm.
I had an iPod Nano at one point in my life.
Nano ship. These are words that are brand new in the dictionary. Yes, Cubby?
I've kind of gone the opposite way of nano ship.
Okay. I better read what it means, and then we'll understand what you're saying. Nanoship, a very short romantic interaction with someone with no expectation. With no expectations that it will lead to a real relationship. So nanoship is another name for a one-night stand.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that or like a very casual thing where nobody's interested in having a relationship.
Everybody knows what they're in it for.
Yeah, just
Friends with Bennies.
Yeah.
Or a friend with Ben.
straight up banging, one-night stand. The fancy schmancy term now is nanoship. And you said you've never had a nanoship.
No, I've never. I mean, I've had short relationships, but I've never had the definition of this. I always expected that it could lead to something, or that was my goal.
Never had a one-night stand. Just
I was open to it. Maybe that's what.
Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Goodbye.
No, never had what you would call like a traditional one-night stand where I met the person, we copulated, and then never talked to each other again.
Man, that's a damn shame.
Always thought it would be cool.
It is cool.
I couldn't close the deal ever on first meeting. Got close.
When you're getting out the car, the gal just says, "Don't ever, ever, ever call me."
Never. Never been that lucky, and it'll never happen. Red Butcher Jesus said, "Hey, no cap, but these new words are bussin'." No cap.
All riz, no cap.
I used to hear the cap all the time. Cap, no cap.
Career catfishing. Brand new word thrown into the dictionary for everyone to see. The act of accepting a job offer, but then not showing up on your first day.
Sounds like a lot of work.
That's very interesting.
I think it was Ohio. Yes, Ohio, where they got the Riz. They're trying to enact a law where if you skip interviews for jobs, you can be put on a registry, and you can get in trouble.
If you skip an interview?
Yeah, if you're like a habitual interview skipper, you waste time.
I didn't know there was such a thing as habitual interview skippers.
Yeah, I think it might have something to do with, and I didn't fully do my own research. I basically read through an article super fast, so excuse me if some of the details aren't exactly right. But the gist was, if you're someone who skips it, I think it had something to do with if you're on assistance. Some government assistance, and you're making like, hey, you're supposed to go to interviews and things like that, right? So people would set them up supposedly and just not go.
I've heard of some bad habits, drugs, drinking. Some people jack off all the time. I've heard of some bad habits. I can't picture a human being whose most troubling habit is they schedule and then skip job interviews. What level of mental health? I mean, I've quit. When I was a kid, I quit 2 jobs after 1 day, but I told them I'm not coming back.
I guess I was given the option to quit, and it was very humbling at UPS when I went through all this training. It was like 2 weeks of training. I loved the guys that I was working with. I thought this was going to be a real fun, active job. I think it was a 4-hour shift, and they paid really well. The hours kind of sucked for me, but, as a new guy. And they are timing you. I was an unloader, and they're timing you, and I thought, wow, I probably just set a UPS record. When do I get to meet Mr. UPS?
Right.
I'm sure he's going to want to meet me. The dude told me I was going about half as fast as I needed to go.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was really putting in everything I had, and I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up this pace. And dude was like, you know what? This happens all the time. If you want to go, you can go. And so I ended up just finishing the shift. And then I called him up. I'm like, yeah, I'm too much of a puss.
So you quit after 1 day?
Yeah. I mean, the guy was nice enough where I think he was trying to push me out. Like, this isn't for you.
I did it twice. Once was a job at a liquor store. And again, this is when I was a kid. A friend of mine worked at this liquor store and said, oh, it's the greatest job. And there's an opening. You should go. So I went over. My friend told me, oh, it's great. It's great. You just drive liquor around town. You go to this liquor store and drop them off a bottle of this. You go to this other liquor, you drop them off a case of that. I don't know if the guy was messing with me or what, but all I did on that 1 day was load heavy boxes of booze and hooch and beer. No one ever said a word to me about driving, ever. So after day one, I said, bye. The other was working at a marina, also when I was a kid. I pictured I'd be standing on the dock all day, gassing up boats, checking out gals in bikinis. All I did was pull boats out of the water, trailers with boats on them out of the water by hand.
Oof.
And after day one, I said, no, this is not for me. Okay, what are the other words that are brand new in the dictionary? Chrono working. I wish we could chrono work. The definition of chrono working, I have no idea if I'm saying that on accurately. Adapting your work schedule to when you feel most awake and energetic.
Whoa, that would be nice.
Okay, for me, that would be between 7 and 10 p.m.
Yeah, I was going to say between 7 and 9 p.m.
Adapting your work schedule to when you feel most awake and energetic. Well, maybe I should move the clock forward and say more like 4 to 7. 4 to 7. 7 to 10 is when I finally do relax and turn on a ball game on the television. I feel good during that time period. Maybe I wouldn't define it as energetic. Between 4 and 7 p.m., that would be my chrono work wheelhouse. Metaface is new to the dictionary. When photos are enhanced with filters and make everyone look similarly flawless or unrealistically beautiful.
Yeah, you see that a lot.
So it's obvious.
Oh, big time,
Then
yeah.
what's the point? That's silly.
I mean, people, they're vain maybe, I don't know. But they you can definitely tell when a photo's been doctored up and photoshopped and airbrushed a little bit. They don't really look so much like a human, but almost like an alien.
Yeah, a little too shiny, a little too perfect. I'm sure I've seen. Josh, have you ever man-terrupted anybody?
Not on purpose, but I've noticed I have, yes. I don't think I have a habit of it, but I've noticed I've done that.
Man-terrupting is a real word now officially. Interrupting a woman when she's speaking, usually because the man thinks he has something more important to say.
Yeah, that's not my case.
Up. Like that kind of a thing, right?
Oh, that's adorable that's what you think.
No. That's how you man-terrupt. Shelaborating. I think I'm guilty of this, explaining something in much more detail than necessary and often makes the explanation more confusing. I think that I shelaborate.
Oh, I've done that. And it's in the interest of trying to be transparent or very honest with somebody. And I think we've talked about this before, it's the littlest details. Like if I'm like, yeah, so we got there about 6:30, and first thing, you know what? It might have been like 5. Now that I think about it, it was like 6:05. And I don't know why I feel I have to get that detail so correct.
I'd tell
as if I'm lying to someone.
I would tell you if you shelaborated to that level. I don't think you do. I have a friend who, whenever it's story time, and I'm not saying I'm completely innocent from this, but I have a friend, whenever it's time for that friend to tell a story, if you look around the room, everyone is bracing themselves.
Making sure they have a full beer in front of them.
Everyone makes sure they have a tall beer in a comfortable chair, because this dude will dump every detail. He will do that bit where he can't start until he remembers exactly the time that it all started.
Oh, I've definitely done that.
4:15, 4:20. I don't know. Maybe it was more like 4:30.
And I get mad at myself when I notice I'm doing it.
Shelaborate, good times. Come on.
There's something like that in my life, and one time we were having beers, and finally one person in the group just set their beer down and goes, "Would you land the damn plane already?"
Oh!
I know it's funny you say that. I was actually just talking to my wife about this the other day. It was like no, you know what? It might have been a week ago. But I had a buddy who one time told me, this was in 6th grade, and I still remember it. He said, all right, cut to the chase. And I didn't know what that meant.
Oh, you didn't know what
at the time? No, it was like 6th grade. I'd never heard that before.
Yeah, cut to the chase.
And he told me, and that cut to the core. I felt so bad.
Land the plane's a good one,
That's
too.
a good one, too. Yeah.
I remember once sitting at a wedding, and the, what do they call the best friend of the bride that says this or that?
Bridesmaid? Excuse me.
Maid of honor?
The maid of honor gets up and, did she tell a story? Oh, we were just writhing in our chairs. Just we could not believe how long this woman chose to talk about her best friend who was getting.
Let's say it was shorter. Would it have been entertaining? I mean, was the story?
No.
So even if it was shorter, the story was stupid.
Good question, Cubby, but it wasn't even a good story. It just went on. It was
probably filled with inside jokes too that only one person in the audience understood.
That's the worst.
Mm-hmm. Dude at our table did not care. He did not really even know the maid of honor very well or the bride very well. He knew the groom. Dude at our table did not care. This story went on for so long. A dude at our table finally said this out loud. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. Finally, in this rundown of the new words added to, what do they call it? The Oxford Dictionary, the Cambridge, whatever. The last one's kind of cute. Air jail. And being an owner of smaller dogs over the last, well, quite a few years. When I was a kid, we had big labs and spaniels and whatnot, but now I've become a small dog guy. I have certainly put my dogs in air jail, and that is the act of lifting a pet into the air to stop or prevent bad behavior. You lift them up so they can no longer start any trouble.
That's much more wholesome than I thought it was going to be. I thought air jail meant when somebody's acting like an idiot on a plane and people get out the belts or zip ties and tie him to their chair.
Yeah, they need one of those.
That would make sense, too.
But I prefer this definition. That's a lot more cute and wholesome.
I think I'd need an air ambulance if I tried to lift up one of my dogs and put him in air.
Oh, yeah, you've got those big ponies.
One of them does let you lift him up. He's getting a little heavier, so it's a little tough.
Do you ever ride one of them to the gas station, maybe to get a soda or something like a horse? They seem big enough to be able to do that.
No, but we do get a lot of horse jokes.
I bet. Size of their turds.
I've had to put,
Oh, Josh has mentioned how they take dumps like a horse would.
Yeah, he's got big, stupid dogs. I've even put a couple of my dogs in air jail to save their friggin' life, too, because they're too stupid to realize they're about ready to be killed by a much bigger dog. They just have this happy look on their face. A new dog is coming to meet me. No, he's not. He's coming to tear you to... And so I put him in air jail so the big dog can't. So here we go. The Tuesday broadcast. We're expecting company. And this time I'm going to nail them all, Josh.
All right, go for it.
Figuratively speaking. Janel Klein, Willi Myles, and Glenn Perkins.
Got it.
Will all join us at 7:30. I know that now because I taped up a picture in front of me of Glenn Perkins. Glad we finally got that straightened out. What a crowd you are. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back before you know it on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
I'm here to give my State of the Union. What do I always say? While they may always be a disappointment, they're not always horrendous. And that's why this season feels different. They just suck.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
We've got lava being flung and slung in every single direction imaginable. It's hard to even know where to start with this tsunami of bullcrap.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
How are they doing?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Welcome to NFL Flag.
Are you ready? Yeah! Are you ready? Yeah!
No matter who you are, lace up your cleats, smear on your eye black, step out on the field and chase something. Chase a goal.
Let's get it!
Chase the big time.
Good job, ladies!
Chase rings. Chase gold medals. Chase all of it. It's all up for grabs now. NFL Flag. Chase something. Visit NFLflag.com to find a league and start the chase today.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I don't know. Is that me?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Knocking everything around the building here. Here we go. Here we damn go with the... I don't know what we're ever going to do, Josh, with the citizens of that stupid, useless Gator state. They just can't get right. There's no helping them. I mean, they're not my problem, right?
No, I mean, outside of your empathetic... I'm sorry. You're a person who's aware of humanity, and you kind of pay attention to these things, and you'd like us not to be surrounded by morons as much as possible.
I don't want us to be surrounded. You're right about that. A day or two ago down that way, the Gator State, some lunatic got all pissy because he did not like the noise coming from a landscaper's lawnmower in his neighborhood. Did not like the racket.
I love that noise.
Coming from a You do?
Yeah. I don't know what it... Maybe just because I really enjoyed mowing lawns when I did that out of high school. It reminds me of those. That was good times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't mind the sound of a neighbor's lawnmower. Not at all.
I mean, you probably wouldn't like it at 5 a.m. on a Saturday or Sunday morning.
I've had a couple of incidents where I thought Peckerhead might have boarded that thing a little too early on a Saturday or a Sunday, sure. But it's not like I'm going to run out into the street and, start some kind of a karate match over it. But I've had a couple of mornings where I thought, dude could have waited a little while longer.
What time do you think's appropriate? Saturday or Sunday?
10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, that's what I was going to guess, too. That seems about right.
Some of these jagoffs start firing that pig up at 7:30, 7:45. Get the hell off your... See, now I'm aggravated. All right. So we got a lunatic, did not like the noise coming from a landscaper's lawnmower. Somewhere's there in his neighborhood. So stupid ass grabbed a dagger from it. I don't often read that word, but it does suit the other details. Dude grabbed a dagger from his car and threatened the landscaper guy.
You talking about the guy that's just out there doing his job?
Yes. Dude grabs a dagger and presents it to the landscaper. Looking to play a good old-fashioned game of dagger tag, I guess. Shout out to my bro Lanahan, who survived a game of dagger tag when he was just a 12, 13-year-old kid up at our dad's fishing shack back in the day. You can ask Lanahan about that game of dagger tag at this Friday's Bro Stout Cancer event at the YZ American Legion. He'll be back in the kitchen making the best cold slaw in Hennepin County.
He's the guy?
He's the guy that, for every chicken broast, he's the guy that mans the cold slaw. And it is delicious. But ask Lanahan about how to survive dagger tag against an opponent who is 4 times his age.
And he was 12, you said?
12 or 13.
Sure.
When Lanahan played a game of dagger tag with a man 4 times his age. And he's still around to tell the story.
You know, coleslaw, that's a heck of a side. I love it. And I had asked you if I could maybe help out, and you told me that is not allowed. I'd have to play a little dagger tag.
You would.
That's kind of his thing, and he wants to be the guy.
Lanahan and cold slaw were made for each other.
Do you think he'd teach me his way?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you'd be cool with that?
Absolutely.
It's not a secret or anything?
No. He's very open and showing folks, this and that. He's a great cook.
I love the story you've told in the past about somebody who comes in with like a very specific request for the coleslaw. And he's like, listen, there's 100 people out there. I can't cater to your individual needs with this huge batch of slaw I'm making.
If one person says they taste a little too much dill, I'm not terribly worried about it. If 150 of them have something to say, then come see me. Anyways, derelict Jagoff thinks the landscaper in his neighborhood is being too loud with the lawnmower, so he runs over there and threatens the landscaper with a dagger. And just to add an extra level of insanity to the whole scene, the derelict Jagoff was wearing a full Jester costume during the incident, like some kind of half-assed episode of Game of Thrones.
We're going to go confront this guy first. I'll put on my Jester costume.
I mean, even if a guy's holding a dagger, that's not necessarily intimidating. Outside, you'd think he's got some severe issues. And this guy probably can't be reasoned with.
51-year-old Anthony Marzola is the name of the mental case, dressed like he's the king's jester in 298 AD.
Dude, this guy looks like he's almost 70. He must have lived quite the life. If he's a jester, he better be able to juggle those daggers.
He better be able to do all kinds of... You know, Josh, I noticed when I looked at his mugshot, too. First off, he does look much older than 51. He looks like he eats crack rocks for breakfast.
Yeah, that's got to be decades of meth use or something, don't you think?
Yes, but I do have to admit that he does have kind of a Game of Thrones look, at least from the neck up. Long, poorly kept hairdo, stupid, scraggly beard.
He's got a very pointy chin and big ears.
Yes.
He's kind of a caricature.
He does look kind of... Anyway. Marzola, this is the nut job dressed as a jester from 266 AD. He pointed the dagger at the landscaper dude and said, "Thou shalt not be mowing."
I mean, it's entertaining.
Right. The landscaper who was on his badass stand-up mower. Do you like those stand-up mowers, Josh?
Those are awesome. I wish I had I'm tempted all the time to get a riding mower or a zero turn or something like that, but a stand-up would be cool. Those things haul ass. At least a couple of neighbors have a lawn service, and they're moving like crazy.
They go 65, 70. Now, I'm sure this landscaper could have tuned up Dinkus pretty easily had Dinkus not be swinging a dagger. But landscaper stayed on his stand-up mower, smartly kept the piece of equipment between him and the dork. Good call. Nobody's sure why this 51-year-old man was dressed like a medieval court jester at home in the middle of the day. But some folks in the neighborhood say that Marzola, the killer nerd, operates one of those smoke shops in town called the Psychedelic Jester Smoke Shop or some nonsense like that. So the dude dresses like that every day? Goes to work like that?
That's kind of cool. I mean, I guess if I was going to go to a smoke shop, I'd like him to be dressed like Game of Thrones in some way. This person says, I do commercial lawn care. We start at 7 and we get cussed out quite a bit. That sucks. What are they supposed to do? That's their gig.
Supposed to wait till 10.
Tell that to the boss.
You couldn't put on a jester's outfit, Josh, every day as a grown man. And
no, not at all. I'm just saying, like, if I was going to go to a business every once in a while, I'd be like there was a music store. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of it. Maybe somebody could help me. It was in Minneapolis off of Nicollet Avenue. And they would always, their thing were like Tootsie Rolls. The other would get me there, too. Tootsie Rolls, like anytime you'd get there or leave, there was, hey, you want a Tootsie Roll? And when you'd leave, take a Tootsie Roll. And just that little thing made me want to go to that place.
But nobody was dressed as a Tootsie.
No, they weren't dressed as a Tootsie Roll. But just, having that little gimmick or a little something else you wouldn't expect.
Psychedelic Jester Smoke Shop. That's the name of the joint that this dagger-swinging moron apparently operates out there. Where were we in the first place? The Gator State. Now dumbass is in trouble for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It's unbelievable. It really is.
All right, Ronan Engineer Jesus wants to know, all right, the rules of mowing on the weekends. 10 a.m. is what you said. That seems appropriate to start at 10 is what you said.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's 8 a.m. and one of your neighbors is already mowing? Is it okay to go out there at that point?
I suppose. Someone has already started the noise. If you contribute to it, whatever. By the way, the guy who texted earlier and said starts at 7 a.m., I got no problem with that on the weekday. I'm just talking about strictly on the weekends. Right? Someone texted.
Yeah, that was I was asking you specifically about the weekends.
Oh, you were. I'm sorry. Yeah. On the weekday, I don't give a rat's ass. 7 a.m., fine. Most folks should be headed to work at that point. On the weekends, I think they should keep a lid on it until 10. And if you're a landscaper, don't get mad at me. I'm trying to push for you to sleep in a little bit on the friggin' weekends.
There you go. When I was in my mid-20s and in a constant state of hungover, living in a crappy apartment right across the street from us, they were building one of those massive, fancy apartment buildings. and they started construction every day, 7 days a week at 7 a.m., and would just blare the radio so loud. It was awful. And you know what they
probably?
No, you guys. They were listening to 93X every morning. I could hear the faint sounds of your guys' voices. Couldn't make out what you were saying. Kind of sounded like the Charlie Brown teacher voice, you know?
Sure.
Because it was across the street, and they had machines going and stuff, and that frustrated me.
93X.
You guys were the soundtrack to my hangovers at 23.
You blame us?
Yeah.
Stillers fan has texted in. Stillers fan Jesus wants to talk more about cold slaw. He says, is it possible to get it warmed up a little bit? I have sensitive teeth.
This is too cold.
It's called cold slaw for a reason, dude. No one's warming up your cold slaw. All right, again, someone got sick on one of those airplanes, and they painted the walls with their diarrhea and their vomit. 2 coats.
Yeah, you mean, not too long ago we talked about that poor lady that left a trail down the middle of the aisle.
She did. She left a drizzle trail from her seat to the bathroom. Now, I was exaggerating a little bit. There was a diarrhea and vomit disaster on one of those airplanes, but it was contained, and I'll explain to you every damn thing. A woman unleashed such fury from her bottom and from her little yapper that a hazmat team had to be called in. Now, here's the story from last summer, apparently. And the poor gal who transformed into a human waste super soaker, she upped and told her story on social media. She volunteered this information. The nightmare took place, like I said, last summer on a United airplane ride from Newark, New Jersey to Indianapolis. This gal, Megan, is the name she goes with. She had just landed in New Jersey from Portugal, and she hopped on the airplane to go to Indianapolis. Are you able to follow that?
Mm-hmm. So far, so good.
How that all worked? She just landed in New Jersey from Portugal, hopped on the airplane to go to Indy. And she was already feeling a little bit iffy, she said. She claimed she had deep-throated an undercooked hamburger the night before. And she was feeling iffy. She said something was brewing. Something was happening that I was not prepared to deal with. In her little boiler, in her stomach. 30 minutes into the plane ride to Indianapolis, she had to sprint to the head. And she barely made it. And there she sat for the next 90 minutes.
I make it to the bathroom, and for the next 20 minutes, I have more diarrhea than any human should ever have in their life. I mean, my bowels are just filling with water, releasing, filling with water, diarrhea, releasing. It is now at a point where I go, I'm about to throw up.
Mm-hmm. There she is. She said, I unloaded more diarrhea than any human should ever have in their life.
Have you ever had any turbulence on an airplane bathroom? Your tummy gets turbulent.
Oh, so what are you asking me?
Have you ever had a diarrhea episode?
No. I've been very lucky.
A plane's got to be near the top of the list of worst places to have diarrhea.
I've never taken a deuce on an airplane.
That surprises me.
Yeah, I think usually because my system just shuts down for the duration of the flight. I think fear, Josh, and anxiety closes out, roadblocks all other bodily functions. I really do think that's what's happening.
I go the other way if I get like severely anxious about something.
Oh, you start spraying diarrhea all over?
Things loosen up. Sorry.
So, gal is sitting there on the toilet for an hour and a half, nonstop power wash type diarrhea show. And then the vomiting. She screamed for help. the flight attendants gave her bags for her to puke in. And they also gave Megan, is her name, permission to remain in the bathroom for the rest of the flight.
Yeah, don't come back out here with the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. And by God,
don't
she did.
open that door.
Don't open the door. Are you kidding me? When the plane touched down, everyone else walked out of there except for Mud Butt Megan.
And there's no anonymity. Everybody knows who that was.
She was so weak, she couldn't walk. The staff had to wheelchair her off the plane. I've been in that condition after riding the throne.
Have you really?
Oh, yeah. I've been to the point where I just couldn't even get up. Oh, yeah.
That messed, like, let's say your colonoscopy prep. Did it mess with you like that?
No.
I mean, because that'll clean out things you haven't even eaten yet.
My colonoscopy prep was kid stuff compared to what I've been through on my own from when I was a young person. Kid stuff. Absolute amateur hour. Colonoscopy prep, nothing for me. So, and then the really embarrassing twist to this terrible story. The flight crew had to up and cancel the next flight scheduled for that airplane because Megan had turned the airplane into a biohazard with wings. She said they didn't know if I brought a disease back from Portugal, and now I am a biohazard. I am now patient zero. And imagine all the people waiting for that airplane ride home when they found out that one woman's digestive system gone sideways caused their flight to be canceled. I'm sure those folks were upset, Josh, but they also had to be impressed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would be there'd be a little pride.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly embarrassment.
But for the people waiting to fly out on that airplane, when they found out one woman shut this plane down with her diarrhea, I'd be pissed, but then I'd say, damn, that's impressive.
Yeah, you might like one of those 80s after-school specials. You'd start a slow clap.
Yeah.
And eventually everybody is standing up applauding her.
I mean,
as she's getting wheelchaired out.
I saw we had a bit of a delay on a flight where there was a medical emergency on the plane before us. Or the plane we were just about to take. It was a woman, too.
Was it a heart attack?
No, she was a young girl. I don't know what happened. But it was. It could have been a heart attack. I can't imagine it was. She was only in her early 20s, it looked like. But they wheeled her off that thing.
And if you're wondering why I had to say that in an English accent, it's a tribute to the movie A Fish Called Wanda. Anyway, this Megan gal said that the illness continued to linger on for days. But she's fine now. Now, the author of this here story, not Megan, but the person who wrote about Megan, said this. They said, I've had norovirus. Now, I've heard that said out loud. Thank Christ. I don't have any personal experience with. Does anyone here know anybody who caught norovirus?
Yes, and so do you. You just probably hadn't heard from him, a former promotions director of ours. He spent, I think, 3 days in the hospital with norovirus.
The little guy or the bigger guy with tattoos?
The guy
this little
No,
guy?
the most recent guy.
The most recent guy. He has tattoos.
He does?
Are we trying not to say his name out loud?
It's the most recent. You must be
forgetting. The most recent guy.
Yeah, and it's kind of there's a hamburger-related story.
There is. The most recent guy who went out with a bang.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, like a legend, almost a legend in that regard.
I did not know that he caught virus.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad enough where it was touch and go. I mean, it was so bad. I think he had a couple other things going on, too, that he was telling me about, but that norovirus, he said, was the worst he's ever felt.
All right. So the author of this story said, I've had norovirus. I got it from oysters. Violent pooping while simultaneously puking is one of the most humbling, body-evacuating experiences imaginable. You cry, you sweat, you see the devil.
I bet at some point you kind of laugh, too, like, this is crazy. I can't believe this is happening.
I laughed at somebody that it happened to in the dorms freshman year at St. Cloud State. You know, number of stalls lined up. It was a Saturday night. Kid had been out drinking, and he was throwing up in the toilet. You know, you could see his knees he's on his knees, his shoes hanging out the back of the stall, and all of a sudden he goes, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then you could see him like get up and reposition his legs to sit down on the toilet. And that was pretty hilarious to watch that man in such pain.
Naughty insurance agent Jesus had food poisoning in Jamaica, had it so bad they had to cut their trip in half, and he had to go home.
Oh, no.
Took a hopper flight to Miami. No toilet on board. I was sweating profusely. Turbulence. I squeezed my cheeks so tight it was miserable. No toilet on board? I've never heard of that.
Well, if it's a hopper plane, there's really no room. It's just kind of a couple seats.
Well, I guess I don't know what a hopper plane is. There are planes that have... Well, I guess maybe I have been on a plane with no bathroom. I don't know. I don't know.
Buff Cop Jesus on a flight home from Florida. Spent the whole flight in the John.
Sucks, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, and a few people are saying they would have preferred to die. They had norovirus, they would have preferred.
Oh, God. Some of you out there, I'm reading text messages. Some of you have been sick, real sick. All right. Half-assed NASCAR Jesus on the norovirus. He said, "You cry is an understatement. You sob without even realizing you're sobbing." I'm sorry to hear all that, folks. I really am.
Yeah, I got salmonella poisoning from some peanut butter crackers, and I finally got to a point where I was so dehydrated. My mom came and picked me up and brought me to the emergency room, and they said I was hours away from my body just shutting down.
Oh!
Because if I even put water in my mouth and just kind of swished it around, it would come back up. That's how bad it was.
Peanut butter crackers.
Mm-hmm. And I remember consciously making that decision. I was at the gas station, on my way to class, needed a snack, and I was thinking, should I get some chips? No, I'm going to go a little bit healthier route. I'm going to get some peanut butter crackers. And then there turned out to be salmonella in the batch of peanut butter, and it almost killed me.
Josh, what do you think they were doing to those crackers before they packaged them up?
Is it like kind of a frat thing? Is that what was going on? I don't know.
Were they rubbing them on the anus of a dead animal or something before they packaged those? All right. Speaking of those damn terrifying airplanes, here's a guy, Jason Hong. Jason Hong is the name he goes by. He's out there in California. He's 75 years old. Some garbage pile keeps stealing Jason's little airplane. Maybe he calls it a little hopper plane. I don't know. Jason has a little airplane, and someone keeps stealing it when nobody's looking. And then they bring it back, and then they steal it again. Hong, he was celebrating his 75th birthday a couple weeks ago. He decided to pay a visit to his airplane, something called a 1958 Cessna Skyhawk. He keeps that pig at an airport called the Corona Municipal. But when Jason showed up to see his airplane on his birthday, his plane was gone, like my name was Ron. He reported this deal to the police. He figured he'd never see the damn thing ever again. But then his little airplane was seen parked at a different airport nearby. So our guy Hong went over there. He snatched the battery out the plane. He figured no battery meant no one could steal it. He was wrong. Hong was wrong. Next time he swung back that way, just a few days later, his effing plane had been stolen again. It was gone. Sure as hell, another airport called Jason. Told them that his plane was now sitting at their place. And obviously, whoever had stolen the damn thing had replaced the battery. So that's 3 different airports the plane had visited, and not one of those trips was the plane's owner anywhere near it.
That's disturbing that somebody could get away with that a few times.
It is. Hongsky, he looked up his plane on a tracking website called Flight Aware, and he saw that his airplane had been flying all over California, up and down and everywhere. Now Jason has taken to chaining the damn thing down somehow. And he still has no effing clue who the hell keeps stealing his stupid little airplane. What's the purpose? He said out loud at one point or another to the media. What's the purpose? Old Honger, he also said whoever's been stealing his airplane must have flight training. Well, yeah. He says they must have flight training because, quote, landing that whore is not easy. They also knew what type of battery the plane needed and were also able to install it. So, yeah, these aren't stoned 10th graders. They would have been dead on trip number 1. The only suspect, it says here, is a petite, middle-aged woman who was seen sitting in the cockpit of Jason's airplane on several occasions. If I owned my own airplane, when I parked that sumbitch, I would feel pretty confident walking away. I'd say to myself, that thing's not going anywhere.
I'd feel the same way.
Somebody is texted in suspecting that they're transporting illegal drugs with Jason Hong's airplane.
Oh, you know what? You might be onto something.
I never thought of that.
Landman. I think they brought that up in the Paramount Plus show Landman.
Yeah, they did.
Where planes were getting stolen, and it was for that purpose. Or was it trucks? I can't remember. One of the two. They were getting stolen, and it was kind of like people knew what was going on, and there was a bit of a mutual agreement, like a don't ask, don't tell type of thing.
Did you see it's coming back in November, Josh?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I know, me too.
I saw that Tom Cruise movie where he was flying drugs all over the world in his little airplane. I couldn't think of the name of the sumbitch, but I saw that Tom Cruise movie.
I didn't see that one.
American Made.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sorry. You guys should meet my friend Sean. He looks just like Tom Cruise.
Pretty lucky guy, I'd imagine.
Oh, he's a lucky guy.
He's got the height to go along with it.
They're about the same height, yeah. He looks like Tom Cruise.
Anyone ever...
Oh, I'm sorry, not Sean. Lou. You've met Lou. Lou looks just like Tom Cruise. It's an inside joke. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, I guess I don't see it.
Lou looks like Tom Cruise. I've never heard anything like this before. Volkswagen, Josh. You ever driven a Volkswagen?
My parents had a hippie hauler back in the day. And my mom had a couple of Volkswagens.
Okay.
I had an uncle that was a Volkswagen fan as well.
Your uncle liked to drive Volkswagen. I remember
he was a Jetta guy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, when I was in high school, everyone wanted a Volkswagen Jetta or a Volkswagen Golf, I think is what it was called.
Yeah, my mom had the Golfs, my uncle liked the Jettas, and then we had one of the hippie haulers, too.
I hung out with some guys in high school who liked those quick little ying-ying type cars. Anyway, Volkswagen just cut loose with a new subscription plan for their electric cars. They're making people pay extra to unlock the full amount of horsepower. I've never heard anything like that before in my life.
Well, I had bought a car, this is 2015 now, and I was thinking, boy, I'd like to get a GPS unit, and I wish my car came with it. And they told me, it does. It's got GPS. But I had to pay $695 if I wanted to unlock it. And I thought, well, they put the system in, and it would work.
Really?
And so it's basically you buy a password or whatever, and then you can open it.
$695, that covers it for life, the life of the vehicle.
Yeah, then you got it, right?
Then you have GPS.
And BMW, I don't know if they ever went through with this because people were pretty upset. You would have to pay extra to use your heated seats.
Oh, yeah, that's right here in the story, Cubby.
Can you imagine?
So ridiculous.
It's you got the button right there, but you can't use them.
So this is only, as far as this Volkswagen gimmick goes, this is only happening in the lame-ass United Kingdom for now. There's no word on when they might try to come after us here in the States. Here's an example of how it works. Their Volkswagen ID3 electric car, whatever the hell it's called, it has 228 horsepower for you. But if you don't pay them the $20 a month fee, you only get to hump 201 of those 228 horses.
That's pretty nuts.
Volks damn wagon. They're going this way. They say they're giving people options. If you drive like your sad-ass old broken grandma, you might only want 200 horsepower. If you need some more zip, you can pay for it.
Maybe some Tesla folks can let me know if this is true. I thought I heard that you could pay, the batteries were like that in Teslas, where you buy the car for a certain amount. If you pay extra, you can unlock the full potential of the battery. Let me know if that's true. I thought that there was something like that with Teslas as well. Kind of seems wrong in a way, doesn't it?
Oh, big time.
You know what else Tesla people could tell you?
What's that?
That Little Susie was a cover. Anyway, they're not the first car company that's tried to fold its customers like this. Like Josh was saying, exactly what Josh was saying. A few years ago, BMW tried to charge folks in the UK to use their heated seats. They ended up gassing that idea, no pun intended, because a lot of people bitched.
Not so good VW tech, Jesus checking in. VW for life.
Word?
He used to go by sucks at being an auto technician.
So he's improved.
I guess, the closest I can come with my vehicle, and yours too, Nick, is if you want to be able to start your car with the app, you got to pay a subscription service. They give you a little bit of time on that.
Start my car, like when I warm it up in the winter?
Yeah, when you want to warm it up, you can with using your phone. That's a subscription service.
I have to order an... No, I don't think I paid anything.
Yours comes with it for like 3 years.
Oh.
I think mine was just a handful of months.
Oh, so maybe this...
But you will at some point if you keep that vehicle.
Well, I've had it for 4 or 5 years now. Maybe I'm paying for it and I don't even know it. I have no idea. Every winter I use that gimmick to start my vehicle with my cell phone.
Yeah. Usually they'll give us like you can buy a 3-month subscription and it's a lot cheaper.
Someone just texted in and said Ford apps are free.
I thought when I had my Ford, it was 3 years worth.
Well,
so
you got screwed.
I guess so.
I don't know. All this stuff is so beyond anything but that is kind of I think that's kind of a cheap deal. Here's your car, but if you really want it to go fast, we need an extra $200 a year or something like that. Whatever. We all just get bent over and boned.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better, probably.
No.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
He will begin to take part in practice. It'll be kind of a ramp up. You'll see him, take parts and bits and pieces of it here, but he will officially, be back to work and be ramping up from here. So glad you asked.
I'll tell you what, was that Vikings head coach Kelvin O'Conrad?
Close, but yes.
Troubled Vikings head coach Kelvin O'Conrad. He says Justin Jefferson is back at practice.
That's good news.
I'm sure he's really pumped to be back at practice. We were talking about that over the weekend, me and some bros, how painfully awful and boring football practice was
just
back in the
worst.
day. It was. I don't know why I stuck with it as long as I did, because football practice was so boring. And unfortunately, the games weren't that much better. Now, you have to remember that I came from a generation of youth football players where it may as well have been against the rules to throw the football.
I'll tell you what, my son, for last night, they had 4 scrimmages. It was almost like a tournament situation. And a ton of teams were coming over there playing, and there's 4 of them. And there was one pass play between the 4 games that I remembered. And it stood out so much that...
What? I thought they were passing all the time now.
Well, it seemed... That's what I had thought, too, but in the last couple of years, that hasn't been the case.
Were they working on their fundamentals?
Yeah, I think
that was the other thing I always hated. We're going to be real strict on throw your fundamentals into the garbage. We're kids. We want to have some fun.
But it was to the point where one of the dads kind of cheered, like, oh, a pass play. We hadn't seen that yet.
Our dads had it rough, man. I mean, I still enjoyed a little bit of youth football because it was me and all my bros. But our dads had it rough. To have to come and watch that crap, it was just crap.
Well, think about my dad. He was a college football player and then had his son who insisted on playing soccer. He had it rough.
He must have been miserable. Just miserable.
Thankfully, he's a great man. He's very supportive because I do have friends or had, that have kids now or when they were kids where their parents dictated what sports they could play and not play, that type of thing.
Did your dad ever go, son, was it me? I mean, was there anything that I could have done different?
Where did he play college football?
At Hamlin.
Hamlin. Mm-hmm. They'll knock your ass out at Hamlin. They've always been tough over there. The Twins are back at it, playing at home against the Athletics tonight, the first of 3 games. Starts tonight at 6:40 over there at Target Field. I was happy to read that the Cleveland Browns have already named Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback for week 1 of the regular season. Not bad for a guy who graduated high school in the damn early 90s. Joe Flacco. I'm a fan, Josh.
Yeah, you've always been a fan.
I don't like his kids.
His kids are mouthy.
His kids are disrespectful. Randy Shaver, Glenn Perkins, C. Willi Myles, and Jungle Jane all joining us in a half hour. Don't go anywhere because Josh's news report's coming up next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
YouTube personality Benny Johnson has cracked the code on a new era of newsmaking.
Very controversial, very strong opinions. A person who speaks truth fearlessly, breaking for nobody.
It's a new cultural landscape.
We're not trying to politicize this. People are primed now, and forgive me, dude, it is what it is. Here's what's going on in your country, bro.
The Benny Show.
Get ready if this is something that you needed to put a little pep in your step. No? Yeah? Okay.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Nice.
93X.
It's got to be criminal when you're driving over 100 miles an hour, putting people's lives at risk.
Florida's new super speeder law is barely out of the garage, but Central Florida's already seen a dizzying string of headline-grabbing and head-scratching arrests. Here's a few examples of ridiculous speeders with ridiculous excuses. A 32-year-old woman was pulled over for blazing down the highway at 113 miles per hour.
Dude.
When pulled over, she tried to convince the officer she was in a rush to pick up her dog, but the officer didn't buy it. Later that same day, the Florida Highway Patrol nabbed another speeder about 1 a.m. A trooper clocked a Dodge Challenger ripping through the dark at 155 miles per hour.
Come on, brother.
The driver, a 20-year-old man with 3 passengers, claimed he thought he was going about 80, which was either a terrible lie or a stunningly sad example of Florida man math. Troopers suspected the young man was simply showing off the car's horsepower to his friends.
Yeah, were there any chicks in the car?
They didn't say. Not to be outdone, a 19-year-old driver was spotted weaving dangerously through Orlando expressway traffic, topping 105 miles per hour. Once pulled over, the teen explained he was speeding to get his friend to work on time, which may have sounded noble if not for the fact he had several prior citations for doing the exact same thing and some illegal street races.
Illegal street races, they say.
Finally, a 25-year-old took things in a more surreal direction. Clocked at 116 miles per hour at about 2 a.m., a trooper pulled over a guy who offered a truly creative explanation. He told the trooper he thought the trooper wanted to race. He did not. Random Florida fact, it's America's flattest state. Another U.S. fact, West Virginia is America's fattest state.
Oh. Fat, flat, we're covering everything. Yeah, you know, that 153 mile per hour stuff, Josh, it's all fun and games until you have a tour bus filled with retirees. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these that can go bad awful quick, and it doesn't take too much. You know, at the risk of not looking cool, I'd go 155 miles per hour.
Oh!
A pregnant Kentucky woman is accused of lashing out at her ex and taking it out on his car. Police say Stephanie Carlquist, who appeared to be gleefully smiling in her mugshot, caused so much damage to her ex-boyfriend's vehicle, it was eventually declared totaled. According to the complaint, she poured salt into the engine, dumped glitter in the air vent, slashed a tire, cracked the windshield and rearview mirror, and shattered the radio. Her ex told investigators she first slashed the tire July 6th, then came back and did the rest after another heated argument July 15th. Afterward, the car was hauled to a shop and declared a total loss. Police say she admitted what she had done. She told the tow truck driver when they showed up that it was her. That driver later called the victim's mother to let her know. The mother also obtained Instagram messages Carlquist sent to her son, confessing to and apologizing for the damage, saying she was just stressed out due to being pregnant. The only thing I did was put glitter in the air vents and hurt the windshield, she wrote, but claimed the rest of the car's problems were because he, quote, was overdue for an oil change. She's now facing a felony charge of criminal mischief.
There was a lot of evidence left behind as to who committed the crime.
Yeah. Cops didn't take too long.
Text messages, all that. She even told the tow truck driver. You know, one of my favorite stories of vandalism comes from an old high school gal friend of mine who was hustling behind the wheel of her motor vehicle. She's hustling to get this terrific parking spot at a shopping center of some sort, and she ends up kind of in a battle with another gal trying to claim the same spot. And they're hanging out the window, you know, F you, bitch, it's my spot, back off, ho, shoes, bitch, you know, all that kind of, they're hollering back and forth. And then they realize they know each other. Oh, hey, Isn't that you from high school? Right? So now these two ladies realize they know each other. They talk for a while, and my gal friend walks away. When she comes back, her car has been keyed. So
who could have done it?
Right. She just had this hellacious argument. She thinks she made up with this gal that she went to high school with. She thinks it was all squashed, like, oh, we went to high school together. Sorry about the F-bombing. It apparently was not. The other gal keyed her car just minutes after they identified who each other were. So it was very easy when she called the cops, who did this to your car? Oh, it was Missy, a gal I went to high school with. I mean, you got to be totally out of your mind. You've completely outed yourself as to who you are, and then you key their car. I don't get it.
Yeah, she's got a volatile temper. I mean, so everything's fine, and then she's like, wait a minute. That's that lady I was arguing with.
Yeah, it went from red hot to cooled down, right back to red hot, and, there you go.
A 54-year-old man was arrested after a spirited spree of grill chucking, glass breaking, and unauthorized cop car customization. A Michigan trooper was on patrol near a Chevrolet dealership when he noticed suspicious activity. The trooper discovered a police car at the dealership for maintenance had been redecorated with a brand new smashed windshield, broken side mirror, and various other damage.
Oh, no.
Then, while investigating the cruiser's unexpected makeover, he heard loud noises. That's when the trooper saw an intoxicated man smashing the dealership window and hurling a grill for some reason.
Whoa. Got into this guy.
Yeah, he must have been on something. He was drunk. I guess that was enough. Following his barbecue bedlam and vehicular vandalism, officers took the man into custody. A man was arrested on suspicion of assault in Minneapolis over the weekend, but not before he jumped on the hood of an MPD squad and smashed the windshield. According to police, surveillance video first showed the suspect assaulting someone. He was then seen climbing onto the roof of an unoccupied Minneapolis squad car. From there, he reportedly began stomping and jumping on the roof before leaping onto the windshield and shattering it. This kind of behavior is completely unacceptable, but we're proud of our team for quickly holding him accountable, MPD said in social media posts. The suspect was arrested shortly after that incident.
Man, you're dumb. You are so dumb.
Climbing in our windows.
Mm-hmm.
It's
snatching your people up. That's what this guy's doing, snatching people up.
Gotta hide your wives.
Mm-hmm.
It's all peace, love, and pistachio in Connecticut, where police just rolled out their sweetest set of wheels yet, a fully tricked-out ice cream truck bought with the most unexpected of financing, weed money. Turning pot into popsicles, tax money from 2 cannabis dispensaries funded the $37,000 vehicle they call the Copsicle truck, serving frozen treats instead of citations at community events and block parties.
When I heard that we were having ice cream, I got very excited. But I never expected we were going to give a ice cream out from a cop.
I really appreciate it. It's so kind, heartwarming. Imagine having this given to you by a police officer. That's like a one-of-a-kind day.
I love that kid.
That is awesome.
The idea came from...
Did that kid often have trouble with the cops?
Yeah, he was on the run. When he was a little baby, he was selling crack on the corner.
Oh, man, baby, what you doing out here at 2 o'clock? That's funny how that kid came off like, yeah, I don't normally trust cops. I'm 7. I've had many problems with them, but here they come with ice cream.
The idea came from a longtime police chief in New Hampshire, a nearly 40-year law enforcement veteran who launched the first Copsicle truck in 2022 and seems to have a soft spot for soft serve.
The contents of the truck are certainly for the kids. The appearance of the truck is for the parents. Right? I'm trying to touch back to the 80s when people saw this out there and they can remember those times and kind of bring everyone together.
Since then, he's even started a small business converting old ice cream trucks into police cruisers, sometimes giving 50-year-old rust buckets a whole new life.
Once you start getting into ice cream trucks, you make connections with people that are involved in the ice cream community. And really, that's how I find most of the trucks.
Did you know there's an ice cream community?
I've never heard of that crowd.
I was going to say, I want to be a part of this community.
It's a rocky road to get in, but once you're there, it's smooth sailing.
So you're saying the money they use from busting weed dealers and weed smokers and whatnot, they use that money to buy an ice cream truck?
It's tax money from cannabis dispensaries.
Oh!
The ice cream is donated by locals and area businesses who believe justice is best served cold. By the way, today is National Soft Ice Cream Day. If you
soft
celebrate.
serve cone?
I love ice cream. A matter of fact, the wife and I just recently got one of those at-home soft serve ice cream machines. Have you seen these stupid things?
No, we had an ice cream maker that we thought, well, we'll probably use this all the time. Never even opened it.
I believe they call it. They call it the. It's something popular. The
like a Ninja.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, how the hell? You're good.
I see the Ninja brand all over the place.
It'll make you a damn legit soft serve, spin around and around soft serve ice cream cone, and I love that stuff.
We got a new yogurt place by us that's pretty popular. If you like the soft
friggin' yogurt.
We had a soft serve machine in the cafeteria my freshman year, and that turned, what they say, the freshman 15, that turned into the freshman 45 pretty quick.
That's about all I ate in college was soft serve. I don't know why it was ice cream, yogurt, what we had, but that was pretty much every meal. Was mostly that.
That sounds great.
A Louisiana man was arrested after hijacking heavy machinery and turning an interstate into his own demolition derby. Police say 37-year-old Matthew Vincent was taken into custody early Saturday after multiple calls came in about cars slamming into a work zone about 5:30 a.m. When officers arrived, they found the crane parked in the median, its cables dangling across the lanes. One cable struck a passing car, sparking 3 more collisions. No workers were on site, which made the mystery crane caper even weirder. Detectives later discovered a pickup key fob abandoned inside the cab. They tracked that back to a truck that Vincent had apparently driven off-road, gotten stuck, and ditched before running headlong into crane sanity. Once aboard the crane, he swung the boom arm out over traffic, shutting down the highway, tearing up vehicles, and leaving police with one massive mess. He was found and arrested nearby. Detectives are looking into whether he may have had an accomplice.
I hope you had fun there, Dinkus.
A Florida woman who could really use a new makeup artist was arrested after making a drunken bomb threat to the University of Central Florida. Her mugshot's up on 93x.com.
University of Central.
It's a wild one.
She's funny looking?
Well, her makeup is a little odd. Police say the 29-year-old called UCF Student Care Services while drunk and blurted out, "I'm going to effing blow you guys up," before disconnecting the call.
What the hell?
When a staff member tried to call her back, she didn't answer, but her voicemail and number in the call log gave her away. Around that same time, she also bombarded a UCF professor with over 200, quote, incoherent texts and selfies from the same number. So she took pictures of herself.
She took pictures of her damn
They'll
self.
never guess who I am.
Boy, I'm looking at her makeup job right now. This is a troubled person.
Yes.
She looks like a doll, with a heavy red blush. Is that what they call on the cheeks? And
her lipstick is all over the place.
Lipstick isn't quite organized.
She can't make a concentric circle. Doesn't know where her lips are. When a staff member tried to call her back, I already did that part. The next day, officers tracked her down. She admitted she made the threats while she was angry and thought it would be funny, blaming it on being under the influence. Her mugshot shows her looking stunned, smudged makeup, crooked glasses, green hair, framing a dead-eyed stare.
Kind of pond scum green hair. Pond scum green is the color that's how I described it, Cubby.
She's set to appear in court on Thursday. And apparently bomb threats are becoming a weird Florida trend. Last year, an elderly Florida man tried to flirt with a traveler at the airport by joking, "If the bomb in my bag goes off prematurely, I apologize in advance."
Now, that is some funny stuff.
And last fall, another Florida man who said he was plotting to blow up the New York Stock Exchange accidentally told that to some undercover FBI agents. A Wisconsin teen is facing charges for trying to kill his own mother last month.
What?
With a hedge trimmer.
Well, that'll do it.
Police say the 16-year-old was, quote, pithed after she deleted rap videos from his YouTube account.
But I love rap videos.
She had it coming. So he opted for a little lawn and order, attacking her with a 2-foot trimmer, slicing her in the face, head, arms, balls, and back. The mother told officers she'd been freaked out by her son's behavior in the days leading up to the attack, and it turns out she had reason to be. Authorities say in the early hours of July 16th, the teen cut the power to the house in order to lure his mom to the electrical box to investigate. Then he ambushed her with the shears. Mom managed to escape the topiary-themed attempted homicide by grabbing her other son and fleeing in her vehicle. Wisconsin's Hayward Scissorhands is now charged with attempted first-degree murder and several related offenses.
Is he up there in Hayward?
No, I just threw that in for comedic purposes. He's in Wisconsin.
Oh, well, what the hell, man? I mean, I'd be pretty upset if my mother deleted my favorite rap videos, too. I don't think I'd go after her with deadly force.
I was going to say the same thing, Nick. I've experienced my mom confiscated a Coolio CD for me in about second grade, and I didn't think to get the hedge trimmers out. I just, I'll get it back eventually one day. I can be patient.
You don't know how to operate a hedge trimmer.
Yeah, that's a good point. I had no way to be able to start that thing.
She thought Fantastic Voyage was a little too graphic for a kid your age?
Well, they threw the parental advisory on it. There was such an awful thing for a young kid in the 90s.
I think I got the right guy. I think Coolio sang Fantastic Voyage to us back in the day. He died, didn't he?
He did.
That's too bad.
It's too bad.
Well, see, I don't picture. I guess I didn't know a lot about him. I thought he looked cool. Was he kind of a dirty individual?
Well, I didn't listen to much of his stuff. I remember Gangsta's Paradise, Fantastic Voyage. I don't know if he was filthy or not.
John Stamos is 62 today.
Now, there's a guy
Uncle Jesse.
There's a guy who needs to be censored.
Shout out to MRL Roofing Jesus. We were very happy to hear that he's having his last radiation treatment, and he beat cancer's ass.
Hell yeah.
Thanks to Wisco Maple Syrup Jesus for letting us know the great news. Barsaw Jesus says, word up to all the teachers headed back to school, especially his wife, teaches kids about Jesus. And happy birthday to longtime listener Brian. That's 93X News.
And now a Minnesota Twins update. We're talking Twins with former All-Star closer, Glenn Perkins.
Glenn Perkins.
On 93X. Play ball.
If you walk in a Twins clubhouse, they have 4 words on the wall: heart, hustle, passion, and fun. Like, that's the brand of Minnesota Twins baseball. I think we lived that, and it made the game really fun for us.
Gotten awful crowded in here suddenly, but it's a great crowd. Randy Shaver, I'm sure you've been awake for hours already. Hello, Randy.
Yes, of course.
Get up pretty early over there at the home, don't you?
Absolutely.
We don't let you sleep.
Because I go to bed at 8.
You go to bed. I mean, third or fourth inning of your average baseball game. Randy is absolutely
sure.
Let's see. Randy Shaver is here. World-class entertainer C. Willi Myles.
Sup?
Good morning. Thank you, C. Willi, for coming in.
Always.
The unofficial godmother of the official baby of the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show is here, Janel Klein.
Good morning, good morning.
Hello, godmother.
Hello.
Yeah. And joining us to talk Twins baseball, Glenn Perkins. Hello, Glenn.
Good morning.
They all file in to be part of this weekly conversation with you, Glenn.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm. They're all come to see you, to hear you. We were talking about you earlier, Glenn. My first question for you is, are you a drinking man?
No, I'm not.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was.
You were?
Yeah.
Here's why I ask. We were talking about you earlier. We were mentioning your youthful appearance, and I know you're going to start laughing. Maybe it's not that funny.
He's not laughing yet.
Well, I'm waiting for the other half of this joke.
we were talking about your youthful appearance and how youthful you sound as well on the radio, when we're watching television, when you're calling a baseball game. You sound much younger than you are, and so I thought maybe it was because you were dry. Like C. Willi Myles over here. C. Willi Myles, you look younger than you should.
I've been told that, yes. Yes.
Because you abstain.
Literally.
But then Dana over here said you said something about Glenn having a big bar in his basement, so I don't know.
I did. I used to drink. I used to be a big beer fan, and I made beer, all of that. And then during COVID, I gave it up.
Oh, really?
I haven't drank since, yeah.
Yeah, we had some people text in and said you used to brew your own beer, so you're not doing that anymore?
Yeah, I guess I put it that I drank enough for my life, and so then I quit.
You got your fill.
You've retired.
I got my fill, and then that was it.
We're not on top.
I don't know if that contributes to anything. The gray hair, which is the first thing everybody sees when they see me, and that's not youthful at all. I think that's probably more partially genetics and partially what my job was. Very stressful.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I sound young. I don't feel like it. Let's say that. But I'm glad that I can portray that.
Well, So you dried up 5 years ago. It suits you.
Thank you.
Randy, we all know Randy looks a little younger than he should because of the military-grade shoe polish he combs into his hair.
Having a good plastic surgeon.
Love it.
That helps.
Military grade.
Yes.
Botox guy and speed dial.
See, Willie, it's not going to wear off in a firefight.
Right.
It is military-grade shoe. So there you go. I was just something we were kind of guessing about your personal life, and it suits you, Glenn Perkins.
Glenn, I also brought up that there's a liquor store nearby that has your bobblehead at the cash register.
Oh, yeah.
Is there really?
Yeah,
That's
just sits there. They got a couple little trinkets, and one of them is a Glenn Perkins bobblehead, and I always smile when I see it.
Is that one signed or no?
I'd have to take a closer look at it. I don't think so. It was one of the ones that they gave away, the first 10,000 fans at Target Field type of thing.
Yes, that's why I asked, because I know that they gave away 10,000. I probably have a couple of dozen at my house, and I feel like I've signed 99% of the rest of them.
Yeah, so is it kind of like, I think Joe Mauer once made a joke where he's surprised when he sees a baseball that doesn't have his autograph on it at this point.
I am surprised when people when I see people that have my bobblehead that isn't signed. I really am at this point. I feel like I got to be getting close.
Can I be down? Are we at 10,000 yet?
How many did you
make?
And
it's all good. I know that at some point they're going to all be signed.
So, do you? You mentioned you've got some of the bobbleheads at your house there, Glenn. Did you ever bother collecting all of the things? Like, I'm sure there were other nights where it was Glenn Perkins fishing lure night.
Yeah, I have some fishing lures. I still have some kids' jerseys. Really, so I kept a lot of stuff throughout my career. Not for me. It was just at the end of the season, I would put all of my stuff that was in my locker in boxes or a bag, and then leave it up at the field. And then when my career ended, I had to bring all those bags and boxes and all that stuff home. And so I have a bunch of stuff. And I end up just when people need things for auctions, for charities to raise money, I sign stuff and give it away. So I do have all that stuff.
Cool.
And sometimes it's fun to go down memory lane and look at some of it. I still see the kids' jerseys at Target Field, which is crazy. That was 10 years ago or 12 years ago maybe now at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's cool that you still have that stuff and you can use it, at charity events and whatnot. Randy Shaver, did KARE 11 ever go the bobblehead route?
No. Couldn't afford it.
Janel Klein, could you look at a Janel Klein bobblehead on your dresser every morning as it kind of wiggles around?
I can't think of one person who would want that.
No?
No.
I would put a Janel Klein.
I would.
See, Willie would. I know a dude who, and this maybe isn't news to the rest of you, but you can now personalize a bobblehead doll for anybody you want. Right. There's a company you can call. You send them a picture of the person when they turn them into a friggin' bobblehead.
I've done that a couple times.
Have you really?
Yeah, for gifts for people, yeah.
Who did you immortalize with a bobblehead?
A couple of the kids.
Oh, the young people in your life. I'll be damned. They still keep them around the house?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I think Glenn did more to earn his bobblehead than your kids. No offense.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was aggressive.
Oh, are you suggesting that a professional baseball player might be more successful?
Just throwing that out there.
Than a child?
Man.
It just shows that you can put a price on anything.
Yeah. Your Twins are back at it, Glenn, playing at home against the Athletics tonight. The first of three begins tonight, 6:40 over there at Target Field. Joe Ryan pitches tonight for the Twins. Dana made mention of this yesterday. Maybe the two most disgruntled fan bases in all of Major League Baseball collide for this series.
Yeah. That's an interesting take on it.
Yeah. Not a lot of smiles.
Dana, you tweeted something about there being a get-together, and I know that 99% of the stuff you put on Twitter is a bit, but if that's actually happening, that would be really cool.
I made a joke, or I just said, I kind of, in a perfect world, I like to see some group of Twins fans and a group of Oakland A's fans, or Sacramento A's, whatever the hell we call them these days, get together at a bar and just, have a beer and have a hug and have a cry, because two fan bases that are really going through it right now.
Wow.
Yeah, but the A's have something to look forward to. If you're an A's fan and you're going to end up in Vegas and in a brand new, beautiful ballpark in 3 years. I mean, at least there's something down the road on the horizon.
Well, yeah, but they never wanted that horizon to present
right.
itself.
That's the last thing they wanted.
Well, totally get that,
Yeah.
but that's the direction they're going. And, I mean,
I see what you mean.
There's something exciting about starting in a place like Las Vegas. I mean, I think the Raiders have turned that place into their new home, and it seems to fit them pretty well. And I think you'll see the A's fit in Vegas pretty well too.
Hey, honey, load up the car. The Royals are in town. Let's make the 9-hour drive from Oakland to Las Vegas.
You have to let that go.
I'm going to be very curious to see how well it takes hold there. You can't compare with the one game a week or 8-9 games a year, whatever it is. It's much more of a destination thing. And even in hockey with the Golden Knights, I know that they're really popular. The nature of baseball and playing every day, it's going to make for some interesting atmospheres at that stadium. I do think there's going to be some massive crowds, but I also think they're going to end up in the same thing they had, where that it's not going to be a big fan base. It's going to be a traveling fan base, and they're not going to get a bunch of people there. I think that the fans in Oakland, could they have shown up more? Yeah. Could the owners have spent more money? Yeah. It's the same problem. The thing that sucks for them is that they moved away. And so it feels like for Twins fans, a little bit more champagne problems than the team is completely uprooted and gone.
Okay.
They wanted out of that. They wanted out of Oakland so bad that they decided to go play in a minor league park for 3 years. So it's a little bit apples and oranges, but I do see some similarities.
I wonder
of where they're at currently.
All we saw on television and whatnot as the A's were leaving Oakland was just straight up 100% pure anger from their fan base. But I wonder how many of them have remained Athletics fans and followed the team. That's what I did when the North Stars left town, just simply because, and you can see this. What was that documentary called that I starred in, Josh? No Stars. I was a big starring character in this documentary.
Lead role, actually.
What the hell was it, Josh? I'm an idiot. I can't remember.
It was on Fox 9. I can't
Fox
remember.
9.
You can find it on YouTube.
I'm very appreciative to be part of it. But that's what I did because, and I said so in the documentary, what was I going to do? Become a Blackhawks fan or a Blues fan or a Maple Leafs fan? No. So I continued to follow the North Stars after they left here and went to Dallas. I know there's a lot of hockey fans who would punch me in the mouth for that.
No stars when Minnesota lost pro hockey, starring Nick Bourne from the 93X.
Co-stars. But there are co-stars like Mike Modano, Nanny.
Don't want to leave anybody out.
Some of the players, Chris Dahlquist, Jack
no
Carlson.
Stars except Nick Bourne from the 93X half-ass.
I mean, you guys would agree that I was probably the lead character. And anyway, I continued to follow the North Stars because I didn't know what else to do.
I was in second grade at the time. Were you the norm, or not to make a Norm Green reference, but was that common? People that still followed the team in Dallas, or were people just angry and said, "Screw them, I'm not watching anymore"?
Most people were very, very angry and said, "F the Dallas Stars. I'll never." Mm-hmm. When the Stars won the Cup in '99, I was thrilled. Where most folks were disgusted, and I totally understand why they were, but I just thought, this has been my team my whole life. Yeah, of course, it was heart-wrenching to see them go, but I didn't know what else to do. So I continued to follow and cheer for that hockey club. They still had Mike Modano and Darian Hatcher and Richard Matvichuk and guys like that, John Casey, guys that So anyway, I wonder how many Athletics fans, because they just don't know where else to turn, have continued to support the team. So Dana said, maybe it'd be fitting if Twins fans and A's fans got in a bar over the next 3 days and drank away their sorrows. Maybe they take it to a higher level. Maybe some of these Twins fans and A's fans, maybe they have sex.
Have miserable baseball babies and no team to cheer for.
They create a batch of the angriest children we've ever seen.
Let me ask the question about the A's situation. If the owner of the Athletics changed his mind in midstream, how would that have played in Oakland? If he decided, like what the poll ads have done, where they changed their mind and they're going to stay ownership. What would that have been like in Oakland, Glenn, do you think, if the ownership had changed their mind and wasn't going to invest into a new ballpark, wasn't going to, but said they were going to stay?
Yeah, I think is that the biggest angst in Twins territory right now, is that they were excited about what was to come, what could be, all of those possibilities. And yeah,
they would have burned some things down.
Yeah. I think that they would have reacted much in the same way that some Twins fans have. And I mean, I think I said it to you guys last week. Like, Twins fans have every right to feel and think and act however they want to. Mm-hmm. They're not beholden to anything. And so, if fans wanted new ownership and they didn't get it, then they're going to be upset and they're going to voice their frustration in whatever way they want to, and that's okay. I mean, that's peaceful protest. I'm cool with that. It's odd. It's all odd. I think everybody thought that we were heading in one direction, and they're not. And so, I'm in a position where I guess I'll see how it all plays out. We'll see what happens. I would be one of those, if the Twins moved, I would still be a Twins fan, because I've been a Twins fan my entire life, and I think you're right that there's going to be some Oakland fans that are going to be fans of the Las Vegas A's because they're attached to the uniform.
Right.
And I think that's what makes sports awesome. And
they're attached to the history of the team.
Yeah, yep. And so hopefully the ownership will do what they say they're going to do and continue to try to build and bring Twins fans, bring more fans into the fold. And so we'll see how it all plays out.
Twins fans and A's fans would create the scariest children since Rosemary's Baby.
See, this is the one good thing about being from Alabama. That's the only good thing about being from Alabama. We had no professional sports, so you married nobody. You married nobody.
You didn't even go with the closest regional team like the New Orleans Saints?
Oh, yeah, but you didn't care if they won or lost.
We
was bookend by two of the worst teams in the league. It was, the Falcons and the
Saints.
Yeah. Man. You had to crip over to the state away to get them over to Dallas.
They weren't even worth watching.
No, but you went because it was $6.
Yeah.
You get in and you got free popcorn, and you ate the popcorn and used the bag to cover your face.
They were giving.
That's what you did in New Orleans.
The teams were so bad you got free popcorn?
Oh, yeah. It's a Saints game, man. That's where the bags came from.
What year are we talking? Did you see Ken Stabler play for the Saints?
Yes.
Did you see Steve Bartowski play for
Bartowski, yes.
Jesus, those were the days.
Those were the days, man. That was real football. It was really bad.
We're talking with Glenn Perkins.
Real bad football.
Really bad football.
Twins television personality Glenn Perkins. Hey, Glenn, a website by the name of Awful Announcing went ahead and ranked each of the big league's television announcers. Ranked each of Big League Baseball's television announcers based on what fans had to say on social media. Now, don't get nervous. If it was bad, I wouldn't even bring it up. And as anyone in the broadcast business knows, it's impossible to make everybody happy.
Correct.
In general, people, I think, are far too critical of play-by-play and color commentators in the first place. For some folks, they aren't happy unless the announcers aren't catering to their every thought, or they aren't happy unless the announcers are straight-up obnoxious homers. More than anything else, I wanted you to know that, in particular, people loved your players-only broadcast back in June.
Oh, that's awesome.
According to this article, yes, when you and Plouffe and Justin Morneau handled everything, and this was nothing against Corey Provis at all. I love what Corey Provis brings to the mix, but specifically in the article, they said how much they loved the players-only gimmick.
And Corey is the best. Absolutely is the best. That was so fun, and just the fact that they let us do that, I think, was crazy. When we were, I'll tell you guys the story. We were in the clubhouse the first day. Justin and I were there. Then Plouffe got in, and we started talking about something, maybe what we had been up to, and I had brought up that I got a bad sunburn tan line on my thigh. And all three of us started talking, okay, yeah, I got this sunburn, that sunburn. So we start showing each other, and so we're right off the edge of the clubhouse, and somebody walks by, and we all had our pants down, showing each other our tan lines that we got
on
our vacation.
Not a good look.
And well, so that was like 5 minutes into us being together. We had our pants off. So it was.
Wow.
I bring that up because things could have gone so much worse. I was proud of us that we kept it on the rails.
Didn't you have a few similar experiences at Povs and Andover back in the day?
Where a collection of people were in a room with their pants off?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very easy for us to get back into clubhouse mode and have fun, but I think we kept it on the rails. I think we've had some fun stuff. We had some funny stuff. I'm glad that people liked it. I hope they liked it enough, and I hope the people that are in charge of our broadcast liked it enough that we get to do it again next year, because I think that's going to end up being all of our highlights of the season.
Mm-hmm. They really liked it. Folks on social media, people said things like the players-only broadcast solidified that I love what the Twins broadcast is doing. They called it outstanding, and they said a great improvement, from the past couple. They dug it. By the way, we started off talking about bobblehead dolls, and a listener texted in to say, I would do unspeakable things with a Janel Klein bobblehead doll.
Oh, my God.
Like voodoo doll type things?
I'm not thinking that's what he meant.
That would be the best case scenario.
Janel, you sweet little cherub angel, you.
Janelle, do you think I'm handsome? Oh, she's shaking her head. Yes.
She's agreeable to everything that I say.
Do you think I'm sexy? Oh, yes, again.
And Randy
Is the
Shaver.
bubble bath hot enough?
Yes. She says yes.
It's lavender.
Randy Shaver, a couple of people texted in to remind you that KARE 11 made you folks some baseball cards back in the day.
Yes.
Your characters were turned into baseball cards.
Yeah, some of you listeners sent us a photo of it. They found one at a thrift shop up north recently.
Yeah.
Found one where at a sex shop? What'd you say?
Yes. A Nisswa sex shop.
Next to right in there with the oils.
Yes.
And
the
lubricants.
essential oils.
Randy Shaver, do you still have your baseball KARE 11 baseball card up on the fridge?
No, not on the fridge.
Okay.
I'm sure I have some somewhere. I don't know where.
Oh, my damn. Before we go, Glenn Perkins, I saw some conversation yesterday on expansion in Major League Baseball. The commissioner, Rob Manfredson, he said by the end of this decade, he'd like to see some expansion. And they talked about Portland, Oregon. They talked about Nashville, Tennessee. They talked about, maybe Charlotte, North Carolina. Anyway. Somebody's put together...
Jim Bowden did.
Jim Bowden. Is that Bobby Bowden? Anyway, someone put together a mythical realignment idea.
Yeah, I saw this on social. It's great.
Which would put the Twins in the American League Great Lakes Division with just 4 teams per division, and it would be the Twins, Tigers, Brewers, and Toronto Blue Jays.
That's not what I saw.
That's not the one you saw, Randy Shaver?
No.
What'd you see?
I saw one, and I'm looking at it right now. He put one out, a proposed realignment. In the Midwest, it would be the Cubs, White Sox, Brewers, and Twins, which obviously makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, see, I have the White Sox moving over to the National League, the Royals moving to the Texas Rangers. A lot of Anaheim is moving to according to this one idea. Seattle's moving to the National League. All kinds of ideas. So, I mean, who knows? It's not anything we have to tackle now, and who knows what else.
None of it really matters.
Doesn't matter at all?
I know that. I think the one cool thing that could come out of it is if there's still if it's a balanced schedule, which it will be, everybody has the same rules. There's no National League rules, American League rules. Everybody plays by the same rules now, and everybody plays everybody every year. There's still obviously now, that the Twins play the Tigers and the Royals and the White Sox 13 times a year, as opposed to they play everybody else 6 or 7.
Yeah, you're right.
So it might be however they would realign them, you maybe would play some different teams more frequently, which would be cool, at least for a couple of years. Outside of that, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot that everyone plays everyone. So what the hell does it matter?
Yeah, so I think that's kind of some of the impetus of it is just to make travel easier for a lot more teams. When the Houston Astros are in the West and they have to go to Seattle twice a year,
right.
They have to go to wherever the A's are playing twice a year. That's a lot of travel for some teams. So I think they could, if they could tighten that up, that's not a bad idea.
Glenn, do you think this is even a possibility that they would change? I mean, that's a radical, dramatic change.
A lot of teams switching leagues.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a dramatic change. I can't see baseball doing that, but maybe. What do you think?
I think that if Rob Manfred says stuff on the record, there's a high likelihood that it happens.
He's kind of a human bobblehead doll, isn't he?
He did say over the All-Star break that the Twins were going to sell, and they're not.
Yeah,
he was very confident about that.
Other than that everything that he says ends up happening. He's in charge of the game. So I would imagine that they've been looking at it, that it will happen. I honestly think it would be cool if the Twins went and played the Cubs twice a year, and the Cubs came here twice a year. It gives fans a different look, so that could be cool. I think everything else they've done to improve the game in the last couple of years has gone as well as they possibly could have hoped.
Yeah.
And I don't have any reason to believe that this wouldn't go over just as well.
It's kind of
if it was taking away from teams playing other teams, then they would have an issue. But it's not going to. Everybody's still going to play everybody. I don't think it's really going to matter.
If the Twins, White Sox, Cubs, and Milwaukee Brewers are in a division together, you put the boys back on a bus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
cargo vans.
Bus travel again. All right, Glenn, we'll let you go, son. What are you doing tonight?
I'm on TV.
Oh, cool. We'll watch tonight. Twins Athletics first to 3. We're going to see Glenn on TV tonight, Josh.
Always like to watch.
All that gray hair.
Youthful voice.
Yeah, with the little youthful little voice. It's adorable, Glenn Perkins. Thank you very much for your time again, Glenn.
Right. Y'all have a good week.
We will.
I might make it a double feature. I mean, game starts at 6:40. After that, I could watch No Stars, starring Nick Bourne of the 93X Half-Fast Morning Show, and some tough guys on skates.
It is a great documentary. I was so happy to be part of it. Thanks again to Sean Skinner for inviting me into. If you haven't seen the documentary yet on the heartbreaking departure of the Minnesota North Stars, check that sumbitch out.
It's too bad they had to show our studio in that thing.
Well, it looks pretty good, actually.
I think they'd like to blur it out a little bit.
I mean, that studio that I was in was probably the only clean room in the building.
Close.
And we kept the
Dana's
lights.
got stories about that over there. How bad that studio's pretty bad. You don't spend enough time in there.
We kept the lights way down.
Yeah, that part helped.
Josh is nice. He gives me a nice prison shower. He hoses me down after every show before I go home.
All right.
Speaking of the North Stars, quick, Nick, I saw a video of old news story focusing.
What's happening?
Dana, I think you got something going on over there.
I don't know.
Watching a porno movie over there? What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
That's porno music.
I have no idea. Oh, God, the board is completely melting down now.
It is?
Yeah, I don't have anything up.
What's the situation like? 3-4 girls?
Yeah.
Somebody stuck in a dryer?
I have no idea where that's coming from. I have everything potted down except our microphones.
All right.
We're just talking about how great that studio is.
Pizza?
See, that studio's awesome.
Pizza delivery guy comes to the door. All right, you were saying something about a North Star. Or are you unable to speak now because the board is on fire?
No, we should be okay now, I think. But there was a video somebody posted on Instagram of an old news story from, the 80s, early 90s, focusing on just the tailgaters outside. And I was expecting to see you pop up, and I'm sure if I showed you the video, you'd recognize a couple faces in that crowd.
Dude, that'd be fun to look at.
Yeah, I'll try to find it for you. I actually thought about sending it to your wife because I knew there'd be no way you'd be able to figure it out.
No, I don't know how to. I mean, I know.
Hilarious.
Clicking on the link and all that, I have trouble with that. We used to raise some serious hell at the tailgate party, no question about it. All right. Well, thank you very much, C. Willi Myles and Janel Klein, for stopping by. Are you ready, Janelle? Or maybe I should wait for Josh. Josh went into the other room to see if Dana needs anyone to help him put out a fire. I'll wait till Josh comes back for this.
He's on his way back now.
But again, Twins athletics tonight. What else? I had something else in front of me here. Okay. Josh is returning any minute now. We always try to work on Janelle's, how should I say this? Whenever Janelle stops by, we always try to work on her awareness. As bright and wonderful as you are, you're very much like me. You are. You're not exactly aware of certain people. So we're gonna work on that today. What I've put together for you here, and let's see if we can have some fun with this, playing a game called Rapper, Rockstar, or Wrestler.
Oh, God.
Okay?
You're pretty good with celebrities, though.
Yeah,
got faith in you, Janelle.
I don't know. Those are 3 low awareness categories.
And see, that's exactly why I chose those 3 professions.
Wow.
Rapper, rock star, or wrestler. And like I said, I'm also very unaware.
Okay.
If you played this game and we used current singers, current bands, actors, politicians, I would struggle terribly. So we have that in common. I'm going to just give you a name, and you're going to tell us whether you believe this individual is a rapper, a rock star, or a wrestler. Past and present. You can use Randy Shaver as a lifeline. Okay?
How many times?
Wow.
Just once?
I've got, just, well, no, you can use them over.
Okay.
If you're really stuck, you can.
Okay.
But I'd like you to give it your best effort.
All right. Deal.
Okay. I would have said use C. Willi Myles as a lifeline, but
no.
I think Randy might be close behind you, Janelle, when it comes to unawareness. I think C. Willi Myles is pretty aware, I think.
Pretty sure.
And again, I'm not trying to make too much fun because I'm right there with you. In a different category, I would be just as rapper, rock star, or wrestler. Let's start here. Razor Ramon.
Wrestler.
Nice.
Really?
The bad guy.
Oh.
Look at you.
Hey, Chico.
Coming out hot.
I mean, one of the greatest of all time, Razor Ramon, portrayed by Scott Hall. Take a look at the bad guy, the toothpick, NWO, black and white, the whole schmear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Legend.
Alex Van Halen. Rapper, rock star, or wrestler?
Well, I guess rock star.
Okay. I thought maybe I thought it would throw you.
Look at you.
I thought maybe not using Edward and going with Alex might throw you, but she's right. Good legendary drummer from Van Halen. Randy Shaver, you knew who Alex Van Halen was.
Well, I know the last name for sure. So
Okay.
Is that his brother?
Just assumed,
they are
Correct.
brothers.
Oh, okay.
just assumed it was Eddie Van Halen's.
They are
relative.
brothers. All right, next up, playing rapper, rock star, or wrestler with Janel Klein, Buckethead.
Oh, jeez. Wrestler?
I'm
That's
sorry.
a good guess.
I'm sorry. Buckethead is actually a rock star. One of my least favorite rock stars, but a rock star. Josh, do you know the history on Buckethead? What's his problem?
Well, he wears a bucket on his head, a KFC bucket, and he's a very talented guitar player.
Why does he do that? Why in God's name is that what he decided to do?
Maybe he thought the top hat was taken by Slash. I can't wear a top hat. I've got this KFC bucket right here. I'm just going to put that on my head.
I apologize to Buckethead fans, but there's just never going to be a chance in hell I take that guy seriously until he takes the Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket off of his head.
Yeah, maybe he loves the smell of chicken.
And KFC,
9 herbs and spices.
Is he in a band or is this like a solo act?
He's kind of like a hired gun, is he not, Josh?
Yeah,
or
didn't actually he play with
he did
Guns
play
N'
with
Roses?
Guns N' Roses. It was the worst chapter of their career. Speaking of chicken, this Friday. Anyway.
Yes.
Rapper, rock star, or wrestler? Janelle. Ghostface Killah.
Oh, jeez. Rapper.
You've done very well.
I mean, anything with Killa.
That's true.
Again, we're just testing your awareness. Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh, easy.
God, well, that has to be a wrestler.
Okay.
That's like,
You are correct.
look at you. See, you're nervous.
LL Cool J.
Well, that's a rapper. Even I know
Okay.
that.
Just because he hosts award shows nowadays?
Probably. Yeah, I can't name anything he's saying.
He started off he was talking about his Around the Way girl. Right. He talked about going to California. Later in his career, see Willi Myles.
Mama said knock you out.
Mama said knock you out.
Ladies love Cool Josh. That's what that stands for.
Oh.
We're playing rapper, rock star, or wrestler with Janel Klein. Okay, Rob Zombie.
That's a rock star.
All right, she's doing very well. The Ultimate Warrior.
Has to be a wrestler.
Slash.
Well, I only know that because Josh just said that's a rock star.
Because Josh just said it? You had never heard it before?
No.
You've really never heard of Slash?
No.
Because, yeah, that's surprising.
Who does he play with?
Guns
nope, she's never heard of him.
The Chicago Cubs.
Top hat? The big top hat plays the Les Paul.
Randy Shaver, who does Slash play guitar for?
I couldn't tell you.
I told you he's not far behind.
Randy, do you feel like you would have guessed the same things that I am?
I'm right with you.
Okay.
I guessed the exact same things that you did.
You don't know who Slash plays guitar for?
I don't know.
Okay.
AC/DC,
no.
maybe?
That's kind of crazy. He's a really big celebrity.
All right,
Corporate Metalhead Jesus has an answer on Buckethead. Why does he wear the bucket on his head? He wore the bucket because he thinks he's ugly. And he wanted people to focus on his music, not his appearance.
Oh.
Thank you for the knowledge.
Well, he could have just done it for a week.
Right.
Exactly. Janelle, Andre 3000.
Oh, that's a rock star. Again, I don't know what he's saying.
Rapper, rock star.
Does he rap?
Oh, yeah, maybe that's more. I don't know. What is he saying?
Does he rap?
He's somewhere in between, so we'll give you credit for that one.
Okay.
Flava Flav?
That's a rapper.
Should I do the rest to Randy Shaver?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Randy Shaver, rapper, rock star, or wrestler. There's only a few left. Take it easy. There's only a few left. CM Punk.
Rock star.
No, he's a wrestler. Lil Wayne.
That's a rapper.
Zach Wilde.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that could go a lot of different ways.
Maybe he knows drummers. I don't know.
It's a rapper. I don't know.
No, it's a rock star. Mankind.
Well, I thought rock star and rapper were the same thing. Sorry.
No. Oh, really?
Well, no.
I would like to see Zach Wilde rap, though.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine?
Through the burps.
What's his deal? Who does he play
Guitar player.
Famously of Ozzy Osbourne.
Randy Shaver, Mankind.
Mick Foley, right?
That's right. Oh, here we go. Iggy Pop.
That's a rock star.
Rey Mysterio.
That's a wrestler.
Booyaka 619.
Ludacris.
That's a rapper.
Okay, and he'll finish off. No way he's going to miss this one. Meatloaf.
That's a rock star.
That's a buffet.
Randy, you did really well.
Well, thanks, Janelle.
Yeah.
So did you, though. You did it well.
You both did very well.
You did.
I'm kind of surprised.
I mean, I'm not going to call you guys from a pop culture trivia team, but you surprised me a little bit there.
I know the meatloaf because I got thrown out of the bar at Iowa State to the Meatloaf song.
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights?
Yep. I was making out too much on the dance floor with this girl, and we both got thrown out of the bar.
Whoa.
Yep.
For like excessive
Making
pawing? Heavy petting?
PDA.
Illegal use of the hands?
Right?
Well, let me guess now, because
excessive pawing.
Most rock and roll fans know the song Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
It goes on forever.
It goes on for way too long. But there's the infamous portion of the song where the baseball announcer is describing sexual activity. He's rounding first. He's going to second. That whole. So were you and this girlfriend kind of pacing your
girlfriend?
It wasn't. I didn't know her.
I didn't mean it in the biblical sense. Were you and this lady mimicking the song?
You know, I don't remember because we both had quite a few
drinkies.
All I remember is it was that song. It was about midway through that song when the bouncers came and grabbed both of us and said, "You guys need to go." So,
I mean, you guys are about ready to get your pants off, or what? I mean,
well,
it must have been pretty bad.
It's one of those things, Nick, where you kind of forget where you are.
Did you?
He was in the zone, baby. He was in the zone.
Did you protest? Like, wait.
Oh no, we didn't protest because it was time to go.
Where did you go then?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you where.
That was my next question. Did you finish the game?
I mean, it must have
make
been,
it home.
It must have been pretty bad.
Yeah.
It must have been pretty bad because in 1977 or 78 or whatever.
This was the fall of 1977.
Yeah. Wow. They'd let you get away with anything at the bars back then.
I mean, Iowa, the drinking age was 18, and I mean, once I got to college, man, it was
leash was off.
Yep.
I love that story, Randy. I really do.
Hey, I'm looking at you totally different now, man.
I look at Meatloaf so differently than most people.
Because it's cold and lonely on the deep dark night. See paradise by the. We've all been swept up in the moment. Yeah. You know my lipstick story from St. Cloud State.
Whoa,
sure.
Wildly making out with this gal at a house party, just swallowing each other damn near whole, And I'm wondering why everyone in the party is staring at me and laughing. And I'm thinking, well, she's not that bad. But everyone at this house party is staring and laughing. I turned to my bro, Paco, and I said, Paco, what the hell's going on here? Everyone's staring and laughing at me. And he said, go into the bathroom, look in the mirror. I went and looked in the mirror. I had lipstick covering my entire face from this gal, and I didn't know it when I dove into the mix. I didn't know she had that much lipstick on. She had spread it all over my face. I looked like a circus performer, for Christ's sake.
Serial clown.
Randy Shaver. If anyone wants to draw up, I just want to make sure no one thinks I'm making too much fun of Janelle and Randy and their lack of awareness. If anyone wants to draw up a modern game like that features politicians, actors, actresses, current musicians, I'll show you how to fail. I'll show you how to be unaware.
Well, but of certain ones I could put on the list right away, like your favorite rapper, KARE.
KARE is...
Some people call her Cardi B, but you're a big fan. You call her KARE.
My dream girl is who she is. Oh, what else is going on here, Randy Shaver? You'll be excited to hear this, Randy. Auburn University announced yesterday they're going to retire the number 2 jersey of former Heisman Trophy winner Cam Newton.
Oh, God.
Superman.
Saw last great season at Auburn.
That was before he got a little crazy, so I'll give him that.
Randy doesn't like Cam Newton. What's that?
No, that was Cam. So I was an Auburn fan,
Sure.
And because I was not a Roll Tide fan, and that was our greatest year. And since then, we've had a couple where we just want to beat Alabama and LSU or Alabama and Georgia in the same season.
Yeah.
And that's a win for us.
So
if we win a national championship, kudos.
Yeah. What year was that? I don't have it in front of me.
97.
Okay. In his only year at Auburn, Cam Newton passed for almost 3,000 yards, ran for almost 1,500 yards.
Right.
He had 50 touchdowns on the season, 30 passing and 20 rushing.
That's insane.
A lot of college football experts say to this day that Cam Newton was the greatest college player they've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember his time at Auburn. I don't remember it being that unbelievable. But they're going to go ahead and retire his number.
It was incredible. He had an incredible season. The team as a whole, they had great receivers. They had an awesome running back, and Cam Newton was that other running back. And the kid was a beast, an absolute beast. And what they did to Alabama, that was the wins that we got just previously with the last second field goals and stuff like that. That was epic. Because you like to break their hearts like that.
Mm-hmm. So you were saying earlier, being an Alabama guy, you didn't have professional sports, but you didn't care.
No.
You didn't care. You had college football.
Yeah, college football was
that's your pro.
Huge in Alabama.
Would a close second be college basketball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But college football is all you guys
mostly, it was mostly football and track.
Yeah.
Track was huge.
I would say growing up in Iowa was very similar.
Right.
No professional sports, but the Iowa, you were a Hawkeye fan for every sport, and that was your pro team.
Mm-hmm.
That was your pro team. Yeah.
Exactly, it was. I mean, and you rooted, and like in our family, you couldn't, there was no, my sister's an Alabama fan, and I'm an Auburn. No, you either Auburn or you're out of this family. you need to pack up and go live with your auntie.
Take a walk.
Like we didn't play that stuff at our house where people up here get they be married and I'm a Packer fan and you're a Viking fan. We didn't play that down south.
On this date in sports history, back in 1995, Mike Tyson, fresh out of prison, defeated Peter McNeely in 89 seconds. Does anyone remember Peter McNeely? They called him the Tomato Can.
You made that name up. There's no boxer named Peter McNeely.
I watched that fight. It was friggin' horrible. Your dad's Navy buddy had a better chance that night than Peter McNeely.
He was sad.
The Tomato Can. I was working here at the radio station. Josh, were you at that party when we watched the Tomato Can versus Mike Tyson, fresh out of prison? I know I was hanging out with radio dicks that night, and it was 90 seconds it was over. Sorry I blew up. I've been waiting for a reason to bring up the Tomato Can again. Oh, my God. All right, Randy Shaver, we got to go.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
YouTube personality Betty Johnson has cracked the code on a new era of newsmaking.
And we have some major members of the White House team that will be joining the program. I know it makes you uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just gotta dive right in and say, well.
It's a new cultural landscape.
This is the proper messaging. Thank you. Let's rock and roll.
The Benny Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
And now, KARE 11's Janel Klein, sponsored by Luther Bloomington Kia.
There you go. Yes, Janel Klein and Willi Myles are here, along with the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show, the Tuesday broadcast. For Pete's sake, that's what we're in the middle of here. We were just warning Janel that she has a lot of work ahead of her this Friday at our Brost Out Cancer event at the Wazet American Legion. You're going to be one of the MCs over there, Janel, but you have much experience as a master of ceremonies, do you not?
Well, yes, and also as a waitress during my years at Country Kitchen.
Oh,
Country Kitchen?
Yeah.
Hello.
So,
Wait a minute.
I
Did not know that.
No, I mean, you told us that you used to sling beer at the, was
at
it a racetrack?
Yep.
Back when you were a kid. You used to, I do remember this now, in Faribault.
Right, yeah, in high school.
You worked in high school as a waitress at Country Kitchen.
I did.
God dang. It's going to be a wonderful event this Friday at the Wazet American Legion. Willi Myles, of course, you're invited to give us whatever time you have.
Absolutely.
In case you're curious, the event is sold out Friday. Thank you, everyone, for buying tickets to our two separate dinners. Really, we have an early dinner and a later dinner. Thank you, everyone who bought tickets, because it's all going to benefit Randy Shaver's Cancer Research Foundation. I mentioned earlier, my wife's been working her ass off managing the ticket sales. She has been combing through the list of people to kick out any whores.
Has she come across any yet?
Yeah. There's
even at a charity event.
There is a stack of crumpled up papers on the floor.
I love charitable whores.
She's got a problem, Josh. You know.
Yeah, she does hate whores. I mean, she's running this thing. So.
In case you never got your hands on a ticket, we're going to try to accommodate some walk-ins. It will be very limited. You can still make a donation. Most importantly, you can still make a donation. Go to 93x.com, click on calendars, click on station events. Then the following day, we're headed out to the State Fair. We'll be, as many of us as we can gather up, hanging out this Saturday from 2 to 4. We've got a great new T-shirt we're excited to to put up for sale there at the fair? Because the most important thing is that we make a few bucks off this, right, Josh?
Well, somebody's got to make a couple of bucks. It doesn't go to us, but
we've got a new T-shirt commemorating the greatest friendship in the history of Twin Cities radio, which is obviously me and Cubby. We've got this great T-shirt where Josh and I are depicted like Beavis and Butthead back in the day. We're seated on a filthy couch. We're wearing our favorite band T-shirts. We're looking clueless.
We got some stats on the back, which are pretty funny.
Here's an interesting question. I don't know if Willi Myles or Janel Klein will get the reference. Minnesota Moses texted in earlier, Josh, and he says, okay, if Nick and Cubby are Beavis and Butthead. Oh, Josh is showing Janelle the T-shirt right now.
Guys, that's really cute.
Created by Dana.
Very nice, Dana. Very nice.
Did you see the stats on the back? Can you read those?
She has to get a little closer.
Yeah, sorry, it's not a bigger picture.
Can you read the stats out loud, Josh? I can't remember what it says on the back. So it's like career statistics for the both of us?
Yeah, so it says local radio's longest-lasting friendship, and underneath there's a column for you and a column for me. It says established 1999. And here are the categories. Self-confidence. In the Nick column, 100%.
Love it.
In the Josh column, I ended up with 0%.
0%.
Beer consumption per week. Now, many years ago, this would be different. Mm-hmm. But right now, Nick's at an 80%.
80% beer consumption during the week.
And I'm at a 0%.
Oh, 0 again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then we go to shows binge watched, right?
Oh.
Nick, 0%.
Yeah.
Josh, 100%.
They do say opposites attract.
It's true.
Love of 80s rock. Both of us scored at 100%.
Max that out. Yeah,
that was an easy one. And then under the Nick column for best friend, it says Josh. And under the Josh column for best friend, it says Nick.
We both know the correct answer. The longest-lasting friendship in the history of... So here's a question that was sent in by Minnesota Moses. And again, I'm sorry if this is lost on Janelle and Willi. If Nick and Cubby are Beavis and Butthead, who is Todd and who would be Stewart?
CFH bass player Jesus said Dana is Stewart, hands down.
Yeah, Dana, I think you're Stewart.
Am I Stewart?
Yeah.
I can wear that. I can see that.
You're kind of the dorky kid that stops by once in a while. We bust your balls, you leave.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I go home crying.
Now, Todd was the guy in the neighborhood that they idolized.
Yeah, the badass guy.
Yes.
Right.
He drove a cool car. He had a mustache. He had a sleeveless jean jacket on. That is a very tough question. Who would be our Todd?
Shaver?
Well, hell no.
I'm just going through. I mean, the list is short. Well, I mean, Willi Myles, certainly.
You are pretty cool and a guy to look up to.
Right.
So maybe Willi, you are Todd.
Yeah, and let's not forget, I grew up in the projects, so I'm a badass, too.
Yeah.
What about, can we count Marcus Foligno?
Marcus Foligno.
Marcus is pretty tough and pretty cool.
Yeah,
he's
that's a good answer,
me.
Josh.
He might be our Todd.
Yeah.
But it certainly isn't Randy Shaver. I mean, stiff sumbitch.
High-rise gamer Jesus says Randy Shaver's coach.
Randy Shaver's coach.
He is coach.
Oh, he's the coach. Oh, that shouting crew cut coach from that's not bad. That's not when we get Randy worked up. That's kind of how he behaves. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, I think it's. Oh yeah, absolutely. Here we go. More anxiety than hair Jesus. Randy would be Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, good one.
The boring old man in town. Willi understand.
Right.
Janelle, you never saw Beavis
Never,
Okay. Randy is certainly the strict old man who's
absolutely
angry at. See if I can morph myself into Mr. Anderson. That's bad. I try once in a while. I think it sucks. I used to do Mr. Anderson quite. All right.
You know what? We're getting a lot of Derek as Todd, our boss, Derek.
Derek is pretty cool.
He's cool.
He is pretty cool.
He's well-traveled. He knows a lot of stuff. He's very smart. He's very cool under pressure. Yeah, that's a very good one.
But I once did see him come pulling to work wearing a pink soccer jersey riding a scooter.
You see,
but he can pull it off.
That's true. Yeah, he can.
Our program director, Derek, is someone to look up to. He is someone we get excited to see, like Beavis and Butthead used to get excited to see Todd. But Derek's, I think his wardrobe knocks him down that list of candidates to be Todd. I don't like what he wears. Like you just said, pink soccer jersey, that's not Todd.
Todd
See, Willie, you would never come in here representing a soccer team.
Absolutely not.
No, he would not.
Bank on it.
Oh, it says here, Janel Klein and C. Willi Myles, 30%, that's not accurate, 38% of people admit to lying about their age when meeting someone new. Either of you's ever? I've never even thought to lie about.
Why? Even when I was younger, I didn't lie about my age to get in somewhere or buy anything.
Why would it come up?
Why is a great question. Ooh, Christ, Clay Matvick might be Todd.
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah, good call.
Because Clay's pretty cool. 651-989-9393 if you've ever lied about your age and why did you do it? Okay, let's see if I can find some answers here.
Always been very proud of my age.
Yeah?
No matter what age I was at.
How old are you right now, C. William?
6'6".
I mean, unless
Are
you're
you
trying
really?
That's incredible.
Wow. Man.
That is incredible that you are.
You are so young looking. That is.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
Janelle?
Maybe if you're like trying to buy alcohol.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever lied about it.
Yeah.
Or there have been times where I've lied about it on accident. When you're in your mid-30s, I go, yeah, I'm 34. And then somebody's like, wait, aren't you 35? I go,
well, then that's not a lie.
Yeah, that's not lying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know.
So, Dana, you saying you've walked into a liquor store or a bar before and you just said out loud? I've walked in when I was underage. When I walked into a bar or liquor store, they never asked.
They just knew.
Well,
that's Nick.
They never asked anybody, really, back in those days, is what I'm saying. But
that happened to me once, Nick, and I was so mad. I had just spent like $250 on a pristine fake ID. This thing was beautiful, brilliant. My own picture was Wisconsin ID with a fake address. I had the address memorized. My buddies were kind of hyping me up, like, you got this, man. Just walk in, be confident, get these cases of beer. And I get all psyched up, and I go in, I grab a couple cases, put them in the beer. Guy didn't card me. I was like, what the hell was I so nervous about?
I thought you were going to say he took it.
No. It did eventually get taken, but it lasted me until about a couple months before my 21st birthday.
I never was the older-looking guy in our group, but just back in those days, they rarely ever asked, just because they wanted to make money. All right. Let's see if anyone's texting in about lying about their age. I mean, other than buying booze, I can't think of why you would go that route. So 38% of people admit to lying about their age when meeting someone new. 12% have cut more than 5 years off.
I wonder if people have done it like in a job interview. They're afraid to say, hey, I'm this age in case there's any bias there.
Sure.
I mean, I know there's not supposed to be, but...
Older or younger, right? Like, I can think of times when you feel like, oh, I'm underprepared for this.
Sure. Oh, yeah, good point. I didn't consider that.
I would never lie. Like, the lying part is weird.
They could probably figure that out.
Job interviews, not a bad answer. Here's Tonka Tig Welding Jesus, who said he lied once, said he was 30 when he was only 23 because he was trying to hook up with a gal who was 47. He didn't want to sound too amateurish around this 47-year-old. He called her a MILF.
You know who doesn't agree with this? I'll try anything 4 times Jesus. He said he has never once lied about his age in his whole 133-year life.
Oh, my God.
He refuses to do it.
God, what are you, a tortoise or something? How did you hit 100?
I like turtles.
Now, what about the folks who use old photos online?
I hate that.
That's dishonest, according to some people.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that just because I couldn't handle the disappointment on someone's face if I showed up.
Right.
Oh, man, that's false advertising.
Right.
A lot of people do that on the dating apps, or they pick strategically their best photo. And when I got on Bumble and eventually met my now wife, a friend of mine was like, well, I got a nice camera. Let me come take some photos of you. I'm like, no, I'm going to give them the real deal so they know what they're getting themselves into. I'm not going to doctor them up or have fancy professional photography. What you see is what you get.
That happens a lot in our industry. And that's why, like in the summertime, like I'll grow a beard, but when the season starts, when I go to do my shows, I will shave because I always take photos at the end of each year, and I want to look like my photo when I show up. And a lot of people, they show up at a venue, a lot of entertainers, and people don't even know who they are because they don't look like, dude, that photo is 20 years old.
So the comic, they got their little poster board.
Right.
You come see Joey Johnson.
Exactly.
And it's a photo of the sumbitch from when he was 20.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's out here 41. He's got a beer gut now. And there you're all trimmed with the rolled up sleeve jacket. And
so almost half of people use old photos via their online platforms, social media, LinkedIn, that whole mess. And a lot of them use images more than 10 years old. And it says here dudes are more than twice as likely to do this. I'm surprised to hear that.
I feel like people just don't take pictures, right? Like, I don't know many guys that take pictures.
That's a good point.
So they just do it, and then they just never update it.
I need a picture of myself. Well, hell, here's the only one I can find, and it's 10 years. I've mentioned many times before, if my house burned to the ground, there would be no evidence that I ever existed. Our family and my friend group, we've never taken pictures of anything.
We never did either.
Yeah.
So, now, see, some people, like Jungle Jane over there, you don't have to worry about lying about your age because you look the same. We saw your high school yearbook photo. You look the same.
Yeah.
Where would you guys see my high school yearbook?
Don't worry about it.
Somebody sent us a picture of it that went to high school.
You didn't know that?
No.
Years ago, we were talking about our high school yearbook photos.
And I think you had like a multicolored sweater on, if I remember correctly.
That could be.
The only difference is that, if I remember right, she was wearing some flannel. The only difference between your high school yearbook photo, your senior year, and you today is that you're not currently wearing flannel. So you don't have to lie about your age. You could say you were 25, for Christ's sake.
God bless you. I hope I don't look like I did in high school.
No, it's just you don't look like you've aged much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's people texting in saying either when they were kids or with kids of their own, they go to a buffet. No, he's 12. He's not 13. We will be paying the child price.
So far...
Or going to like a Valley Fair or something like that.
Buying booze underage, maybe trying to appear to be younger or older for a job interview, and maybe getting a discount at the buffet.
My wife suggested we try that sometime.
I mean, you can't card a kid.
It's true.
Exactly.
Right?
You mean your wife suggested that you two claim to be older?
No, that we say with our son, let's just say he's 12 so we can get in.
Get a better deal on dinner.
She gets mad at me. I'm like, no, I don't think we're going to do this.
It's funny.
And now, KARE 11's Janel Klein, sponsored by Luther Bloomington Kia.
Yeah, here we go. Janel Klein, see Willi Myles still sitting in with us as we're preparing to roll here any minute on the Half-Assed Morning Show. We've been talking about lying about your age. Folks who lie about their age. Not a lot of you. We didn't get a lot of answers. Not a lot of folks lie about their age. Most of us are pretty honest about it. I mean, what the hell are we trying to prove?
Exactly.
The majority of the answers we got were about trying to drink at a bar or buy hooch at a liquor store. Maybe fibbing about your age slightly one way or the other in order to be considered for a job. And cheapskates who want a discount on dinner. Those are the folks who've been lying about their age. I had an interesting situation many years ago with the daughter of a former employee here in the building. And don't get nervous. The daughter of a former employee here in the building, I ran into her at a bar. And I'd known her a little bit, met her a few times. And I knew she was somewheres in the proper age for sitting at a bar. So there I sat with her for a good hour or so. I bought us a round, and I bought us another round, and I bought us another round, and I turned to her and said, cheap ass, you could buy a round here at one point or another. And she said, well, I would, but I'm only 19.
Oh, no.
And I said, what, are you trying to get a brother locked up?
Man, you could have caught a case.
Here's a listener who says, I was 19, 20 years old. I'd go to Blainbrook with the guys I work with, and they never carded me. On my 21st birthday, I had to lie and tell the bartender I was 22 so I didn't piss him off. One of our listeners texted in Josh to say they lied about their age so they could totally dominate the Little League World Series.
I think I read an article about that.
The old Danny Almonte.
I think I might have watched that series.
Wow.
How about this? A gal lied about her age when she first met her husband, when they first started dating. I was 18, he was 28. I told him I was 20 because I didn't want him to think that I was too young for him. Well, that's not that dramatic. She was 18, said she was 20. But I'm guessing after they dated for a year, she had some explaining to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is an interesting one. Remember, the sisterhood says she lies and says she's older, so people say, oh, my gosh, you look so young for your age. She likes that feeling.
It'll catch up with you after a while.
Grandpa lied about his age to get into World War II. One of our listeners says, Grandpa lied about his age to get into World War II. I lied about my age to get into the boom boom room.
Well, that's why he went to war, son.
Yeah, my old man was not an adult when he checked into the Air Force, but they didn't really take it too seriously. Yeah. You're a live, healthy human being. Come on
up.
We'll
they knew. They knew.
All right, we got to get going. See Willi Myles, Janel Klein, any closing thoughts or messages or anything? What's going on? Jungle Jay.
See, Willi, you got anything?
Hey, I'll be back at Crooners for all of you comedy fans on September the 20th. I'm in the main room.
Dude.
September 20th.
Awesome.
Love to see you guys
September 20th.
I know. You guys got to get out to the show, man.
It's been a while.
I know.
My family, we talk about it all the time. We haven't been able to make it, but September 20th, Saturday night.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem: is you're always sold out. I'd need to know a guy.
I know, and you know a guy.
Oh, I do know a guy.
You know a guy. You guys all know me.
My wife and I talk often about finally squeezing our asses into a See Willi show. We're ashamed of the fact that we haven't been there yet.
Yeah. I'm ashamed that you haven't either. I feel like you don't like me.
There's nothing you could say to me that I haven't already said to myself. Well, that's very exciting. September 20th, See Willi back at Crooners in the main damn room.
That's it. Oh, I love it.
You love being there.
Yeah, it's a great. If you've never been there, it's a great venue. It's great food. The service is just next level.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Well,
it seems like that's your home turf.
It is. That's my home club. That's the only place I perform. Because most people ask me if I retire. I retire from nationally touring. I'm only going to do local.
Right.
And Crooners is my 3 times a year. I'll be there.
Okay. Sounds great. Yep. Sounds great. And Janelle, the next appearance that you're going to be making will also be at a bar restaurant. It'll be Friday night.
Well, are you going to join us tomorrow?
If you guys want me to,
I
would love that.
I think you're going to.
I'm forgetting.
Now that Ashley's out, she had her kid. If people didn't know, you're going to be joining us a little more often.
I'm very excited about it. Yes.
We're excited too, Janelle.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We're also excited to see you with an apron on Friday night.
Slinging that chicken.
Running around.
I'm excited. Your wife has worked so hard, so shout out to her. This is going to be a lot of fun. And we've talked about this before. The food is so good.
It is great.
I know it's sold out. We don't have to promote it or anything, but
right.
If you have tickets, you're in for a treat.
There you go. And hell, I totally forgot. We'll see you tomorrow, Janelle.
All right. See you guys.
Happy birthday to Mosh Crusher Jesus over in Wisconsin, quote, destroying his liver. This is from Denver Jesus, who says, let's ride. Happy birthday to Bonza from Bisexual Gamer Jesus.
Let's ride, the guy says. Jesus.
Let's ride. I love that he brought that back. Have a great Tuesday.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.